Section 10 podcast, episode 455, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It is the home of your 2024 soon-to-be World Series champion, Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog Bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
What up, Section 10 in the building?
In the motherfucking building. Presented by Blue Moon.
Suck one?
Yeah, you can suck one.
All right.
Yeah, you can suck one.
I wanted to test the waters there. I was like, can we suck one?
Yeah, yeah, you can suck them. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Yeah. Section 10's back. I feel like the last time that we met, I don't even know. Like it's episode 455. We took a couple of years off. Steve started a Red Sox show. Coley started a Red Sox / Yankees show. Me and Tyler started a Red Sox show with Jake. It's been some time. Since we did an episode together. Blaze Jordan, I think at some point maybe we'll get him back on. I don't know. What? Why are you shaking your head?
Why risk it? Why fucking risk it?
Why? Yeah, I mean, if he comes back on, the next thing you know, we don't do another show for 2 years.
What happened with Blaze? So what went down there? He ended the show. He canceled it.
Yeah, after we did the interview. And we kind of cut the feed and off camera, he was like, by the way, the show is canceled.
You're fired.
And we were like, can you even do that? And he was like, I am not going to repeat myself, but for the sake of clarity,
yeah,
the show is fucking canceled. And we were like, Section 10? He's like, yup, done. So I don't know. Blaze Jordan canceling Section 10 was it was a surprise to us, pulled the rug out from underneath us, and it set up forth this ripple effect that put us all in completely different directions.
He's a benevolent guy, though. He realized what he had done. He took his knee off our throats after 2 years, and he said, you can have it back. So we do appreciate Blaze for that.
We do appreciate Blaze. We wouldn't have been able to get the naming rights back without Blaze.
Oh, he played a huge role in that. Honestly, I would say above and beyond. And I didn't see that coming. So again, I know we can rip him a little bit here and there, but hats off to Blaze Jordan.
Yeah.
For getting
this thank you, Blaze.
Yes.
Thank you, Blaze.
Get it going.
Yeah. Like if it wasn't for Blaze, I think we would still be name redacted and all the other shows that, we were spread out across the Section 10 universe at this point. But now we're back together. Tyler, are you intimidated a little bit? Or you feel comfortable yet? Are you like, where are you at mentally right now?
I don't know. I'm a little nervous. I did like the intro. I didn't think you were going to bring up Bullet immediately. I thought maybe you'd go with something a little nicer. Maybe something about the sodas.
He died.
He's dead. Yep. He's fucking dead. Dude. You killed him.
Just as dead as he was.
Are you happy with your intro? I know I didn't tell you beforehand that I was going to do that. Are you happy with it, or you want me to change it, or?
No, I think it's fitting.
It
lets people know
you killed him.
Yeah, it's what kind of monster I am.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm glad that you accepted that.
Fuck that pup up.
I don't really know. I don't know where to start. I feel like people there's some Sox talk obviously that we want to get to, but I feel like we can't just be like, all right, first episode in 2 years. People never Coley.
I don't think I hadn't thought of it till just now. I'm looking at Tyler. I'm looking at the neon sign behind me. Mm-hmm. You now work for a dog-based company.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay.
I feel like there's a conflict of interest there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people. If someone was addicted to alcohol and they quit, you're telling me they wouldn't work for a liquor store or something like that?
Probably not. No.
Okay. No, I'd say unlikely.
No.
We're trying something different.
Yeah.
I haven't made that mistake in a long time. The pup's 10 years old out there right now, and she seems to be fine.
Breathing.
What else would his intro be though? Like what's the other? Because I would
I'm not saying change the intro. I'm saying like make sure he stays away from all dogs.
Okay, yeah.
He drinks 19 sodas on Saturday, which he does.
Yeah, the number keeps going higher. No, that was never true.
Who makes it go higher? Obviously not me.
It was at 12. And really, something that's actually been bothering me, Coley, I'm sorry. I didn't bring this up on
your fucking liver?
No, my liver's fine. I look good.
Your colon?
I went out and bought a 24-pack of Coke Zero and specifically sent it to the group chat for Coley to see.
The group chat.
Steve fucking responds like I wanted to hear from Steve about the Coke. I wanted approval from
Tyler
Coley.
Coming in hot here. Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry, Steve. I don't mean to be rude, but it has nothing to do with you.
What Coke? I don't remember Coke.
Jake, did you see the Coke Zero?
No.
Yeah, it was like a super zoomed in photo of like one letter of the box.
Yeah, Tyler, it mattered so much that no one replied in the group chat for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, what the hell is that, dude?
It's not obvious at all. It's the dumbest photo ever.
Yeah.
I would do this if like there was like a dead body behind it that like there was no other way to show the Coke Zero without the murder admittal.
As a new group, I'm going to be honest, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't want everyone to see it was a 24-pack. I wanted people to realize it was just a 12.
It says it right there. It says 24 12-ounce cans.
I read it as 12-pack. I was ashamed. But if you want to acknowledge me and say you're proud of me, Coley, this is the chance.
We talked about it in person.
Not about the Coke Zero I bought.
We did. You said you switched to Coke Zero. I said good.
Oh, well, maybe I'm just looking for extra acknowledgement.
You're not getting it.
Yeah, you're not getting it.
Not today, not ever.
You're not getting it. But we did get the name back, which Dave ruined the surprise of Underdog.
Can I say real quick though? I don't think people ran with that to the degree I thought they would, which is good for us.
No,
when I saw Dave say that, I'm like, oh man, everyone's gonna take that, and I'll be like, okay, surprise over. That didn't really blow up like I thought it would.
No, because so I think like Dave attempted to ruin the surprise. I think people pivoted towards their going independent because I had one of my buddies from home shoot the video because the person who was originally supposed to do it got sick. So then I had my buddy from home do it and they're like, oh, like no big company would have their fucking buddy from home shoot this thing. But we did because we were scrambling last minute to have someone do it. But we got the name back because after Dave did his episode where he like shredded me for no reason, I called him after the show and I was just like, and the night before I had called him to get the name back and then he didn't answer and then went on his show the next day and was like, yeah, Carabas left DraftKings last night, called me, probably trying to get a job. No, I was trying to get Section 10 back. And so I called him the next day after his show and, had a conversation. I was like, hey, do you think I can get Section 10 back? And he was like, no. And so I was like, well, why not? And he said, well, because DraftKings and Underdog don't get along with each other. And I was like, okay, but like I had a really good relationship with everyone over there at DraftKings and they're giving me baseball is dead. So I can't imagine they would have an issue with you giving me Section 10. So he was like, oh, well, I'll call some people. I was like, well, I'll call some people too, because I don't know that I trust you to just follow up on this by yourself. He did call people, to his credit. He did reach out to some people, but I did as well and made sure that conversations were happening so that we could just get it back. And then he reached back out and he was like, you're all set. You can have it. And I was like, all right, cool. Thank you. I was very happy. I was on FaceTime with Coley when the text from Dave came in. So like we kind of like had that moment together where we're like, we fucking have it back. I thought for sure that Dave was going to spoil Section 10 because it was a way for him to like pat himself on the back and be like, and I gave Carabas Section 10 back, good for me. I thought, but he did spoil Underdog for a little bit. People weren't 100% sure. I thought people would put pieces together. I don't think that people thought Steve was going to be a part of it. I don't know how many people knew that Steve was even working for Underdog. He's doing social for Underdog.
Which has been, that's only been for a couple of months and I've really enjoyed it, but I think the plan.
Well, you didn't make like an announcement. Like I think more people would have put it together if you were like, hey, I just took a job at Underdog. Then people would have been like, oh, the Infinity Stones are being collected over here. Like now we need to move this last piece over. But I think a lot of people probably didn't realize maybe you were doing that.
Well, sorry to cut you off. The plan.
No,
was
I accept your apology.
All right, thanks.
No, go ahead.
That's big of you, Jared.
Thank you.
What a guy.
Jared, just really appreciate that apology or the acceptance of my apology. I really appreciate that.
Coley.
I'm sorry, Coley.
I just really want to hammer home how big it was of you to accept that apology. Like you didn't have to. Just so
I
great.
didn't even think about it.
A round of applause. I think a round of applause.
Yeah, you got hit the board, Jared, please.
Thank you. Hold on. Thank you.
And again,
hold on.
stand up.
Oh,
There you go.
wow. Thank you.
That was big.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Steve, go ahead.
I can't reiterate enough how sorry I am that I cut you off. And again,
I accept your apology. Thank you.
super appreciative
Thank
that
you.
you accept it.
Yep.
The goal with Underdog.
I didn't even hesitate. I don't even hesitate to accept that apology. That was just like a quick. Absolutely, I'll take the apology. I'll take it. I don't know how long most people sit in consideration of accepting apologies, but months. It has to be well under the range of the average apology acceptance that I just fucking took that thing and put it right in my pocket. It was like, I accept it.
Applause round 2.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Come on. Hey, you guys, thank you. You know, it means the world to me. It means the world to me, you know, being recognized like this on episode 455. 455 of the Section 10 podcast. That's fucking nuts, dude. We're closing in on 500 episodes. Shout out to Brock Holt, by the way, who was pissed that there were so many names.
He's like, how long is this thing?
Yeah, he's like, you gotta cut this down, dude. Like, this is the longest intro of all time, which it is. That's fair. And you know what, Steve? I'm sorry to cut you off. You were gonna make a point about something?
No, I accept that apology. Credit.
No, go ahead. No, it's your turn.
It's like his career. Like, go ahead.
Yeah.
Credit to Brock because he always forgets to say the. He would always go like
about this time.
Yeah,
Yep.
he said the Section 10 podcast, which is great.
Yeah. Normally he'll rip a welcome to Section 10 podcast. It's like
he goes straight to 2. It's like say the. But no, I was always the goal was for me to do baseball content. I had no idea. Jared FaceTimed me.
Still talking about this. Still talking about.
Well, you dragged it out. You dragged it out.
No. Hey, I forgot. I'm just saying I forgot what we were talking about.
I was saying you FaceTimed me and you were bringing up the idea of moving to Underdog. I was like, there's no way he's actually doing that. There was no way that's actually happening.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, I was transparent the whole time. The plan for anyone because I went on ITM. Shout out Joey. We're going to keep him involved.
Yes.
I know people were like, Joey's still doing ITM. You know, we're not going to just leave him in the dust here. We're still going to keep him in the loop. I did an interview on ITM in 2023. Yeah. Where we kind of like went over what happened. And for anyone that like didn't know, basically what happened was like, Steve took a ton of money to leave us and he was like, I'm gonna fucking compete with you. I want to take you guys down. And he left like he barely got like it was like equal money. Like it was like he could have stayed. Not at all. Steve could have stayed and he took a little bit extra to go to Odyssey to start a rival podcast. Which he was like, I'm gonna call it Section 11 because I want to fucking
that is true.
These motherfuckers down.
Yep.
And then my deal ran up at Barstool, which like I tried to sign it for everyone that was like, you left them hot. No, I didn't. Like I tried to sign an extension before the season started in 2021. And they were just like, that's nice. And then they let my contract expire. Then they let me sit out there for 2 months. And DraftKings was like, hey, we value you. We appreciate you. And I was like, oh, that's very nice. So then that's where I went. Coley was like, the podcast is gone. Tyler's gone. Jared's gone. Steve's gone. So I guess, I'm gone. And he ends up at Underdog. Coley's one of my best friends in the whole world. We keep in touch almost every day. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm trying to get him over there. He's trying to get me over there. It's like, no matter what, we're getting back together whenever it's possible. The second, and DraftKings knew this. I made it very clear in the beginning. I was like, no matter what happens, the end game is Coley in some form or fashion. And on the last episode of Name Redacted, I said, like this decision ultimately, because Dave tried to make it sound like I was like job hopping or I couldn't hold a job. It's like, nope, like this was very much a me decision where the fans were in mind in the entire time. And I was like, wait a second. I was like, I could try and convince Coley to come over here, or like Steve just went over there. Coley's doing really well over there. I'm going to be the unselfish, instead of being like, hey, both of you come where I am. I was like, all right, I'll go where you guys are. Like however we can put Section 10 back together, that's what I will do. That's what I've always wanted to do. I never wanted Section 10 to end. The fact that we didn't have the name for the last 2 years made me sick. Like I felt like I didn't have my fucking mojo, like in Austin Powers. Like I just felt like a different person. I didn't love, like just in like the beginning fucking 20 minutes, I already feel like myself again. Like I'm talking different. I'm happier. Like it's crazy. Like I'm sure if you listen to Name Redacted over the last 2 years, like he has more life now. Like he's like, I got my thing back. So yeah, there's no like secret under the table things. Like I was very open and honest from the beginning, like whatever path I have to take to get back to Coley, to get Section 10 back together, to get the name back, to put everything back together and not abandon Tyler. We're going to bring Tyler with us and make this super group. And obviously Jake was a big part of that as well. Like that's what I'll do. Wherever I have to go, whoever's dick I have to suck, that's what I'll do.
Well, that's when things got weird.
That's where things got weird, but I was just like, whatever I need to do for the team. And that's what I did.
Yep.
And that's what it was, right? Like Jake obviously being there. How many times did we sit in a call and we were trying to figure out how do we get to that pathway and what the timeline was going to be? Coley, whenever he would come on for one of those episodes, like you saw the reaction. You saw everyone saying, well, now it finally feels complete when he was with us. How long did we just look forward and hope for that? It's just we finally had everything line up when the time was right.
Still, when you get a FaceTime from Jared, he always does a little smirky do. So Jared will always have that little smirky do face on. So I couldn't tell if you were serious or not. Typically, you need about 10 to 12 minutes to go by, and then serious conversation happens. I'm like, oh, okay, he's not messing around. This might actually happen. I just assumed you were going to stay over there. I assumed a deal was going to get done, and then you guys, keep doing your thing, and we do ours. But no, I'm super pumped. The reaction today was incredible. I knew it was going to be really good, but the reason Section 10 is so much of our being is the stuff that people said today. The, suns out, guns out stuff, Trash Island, like you go down the list, that's the core audience, and they're still there. And the fact that they responded the way they did was incredible.
It's crazy. Like, people still remember bits from 5-6 fucking years ago.
From Pete's mom's basement. Like, they still remember real throwback stuff.
Yeah, like Mutt. I talked to Mutt today, and he was talking about like Pete's dog, like humping him like 9 years ago. There's like so many like pieces of the like Section 10 story that like a different one stands out to someone else. And like some of them I've even like forgot about now because it's almost been like next year will be a decade, right?
Yeah, it was 2015 that we started.
That's crazy.
I did quick math. That is 10 years to 2025. So,
yeah, but
I mean, of all
2 years,
there
were 2 years, no 10.
No, it's true. But of all 2 years to have no 10, we picked 2 great years to have no 10.
Yeah, that's
true. Sure. I'm just saying that doesn't count as 10 years.
It's 10 years since the launch. You can say that.
Yeah, 10-year anniversary.
That's fully accurate. 10 years since the launch.
It's not 10. We're not celebrating 10 seasons. We're celebrating the 10th anniversary of the inaugural season.
Coley, 10th anniversary is not a lie at all. That is totally
that's
fair.
not a lie. That's not a lie.
I'm thinking if like a TV show went off air for multiple seasons.
What if a guy went to prison for 2 years and his birthday still counts? Like he doesn't not age in those 2 years he's in jail.
No, but like
Gonna
the
say the same
comparison
thing.
there is he's still alive. Him being outside, like Section 10 wasn't alive. You just went
Section
on a whole
10 was
speech.
still alive in here.
You
Still
just said
alive
it
in
wasn't.
here.
Like it was dormant. It was
dormant.
You just went
but
on this whole speech about how you were dead inside.
I was dead inside. I was dead inside.
Well, you weren't that dead. We had fun, me
We
and
had
you.
Yeah,
fun.
you were dealing with this fucking kid.
Whoa.
No, I understand.
No need.
Dead inside.
Come on.
Yeah.
Now you're talking about me like I was just like this thing on the side. Like we smiled, we laughed.
We had a great time.
We had a
great
was there
time.
for
But
a
it
lot
was-
of it.
It was different, and that's why I always compared it to like Wings. Like it's like people were like, "This isn't Section 10. This isn't Section 10." It's like, no shit, dude. Like you can't just take like one piece of a band member and he started a new band and be like, "This isn't the same band." It's like, no fucking shit. It's not the same band. Like
It's
Wings
like,
is not the Beatles.
It's like Friends, right? What was the series after Friends? Joey, where they had him like go and live his life and do his own thing. That was like
you're
Joey.
telling me you watched that show?
I've seen some episodes of Friends. I'm not a supporter. I'm more of a How I Met Your Mother kind of guy. I have
Okay.
class.
Okay.
But this is like being on Friends. Like
Yeah.
I'm one of the people on Friends. I'm Chandler.
I don't know enough about that show.
Yeah, me neither. I can't
I
really.
still
The
wanted
dead
more
one?
info
The dead
there.
one? Is that the dead one?
Yeah, he's dead as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, it's an interesting one to
R.I.P.
pick.
R.I.P.
Tyler, how do you feel being in this spot? Being like, how do you feel entering this new era of Section 10?
I'm ecstatic. Like this was always, as someone who grew up, I'm 25 years old. So when I was in high school, I was walking home, listening to the bunk bed episode and hearing about David Price. Like that is me growing up. So this is kind of the full circle moment. Like name redacted. Like I compared it with Friends. It was like being on the sequel. Now I feel like I'm on the OG. Like
Joey. Yeah.
yeah, like this is the fucking zone. This is where everything blows up. It's the baseball podcast that set the space. And now I'm here. I'm hanging.
Mm.
I got a feeling Tyler's going to make that reference. It's like Friends, and
I
like
I
that.
hope he's got no other references.
You brought it up.
He's gonna go back to Joey.
Culture.
We're gonna hear so much about Joey.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna to the point where I'm gonna have to like go back and like watch the fucking show to be like, what is he talking about?
It sounds like he just started watching Friends, but he wants to bring it up in like an organic way.
Yeah.
He's just like, "What's that show? You guys ever seen Friends?"
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah, you heard of it?
It's related.
I don't know many shows with a sequel. It's like Zach and Cody and Sweet Life on Deck. I was on Sweet Life on Deck. It wasn't Zach and Cody.
What?
You guys are so old. Jake, you watch Zach and Cody, right?
Yeah, I know that one, but you should know that they won't.
I've heard of it. I've heard of it. It's way, I would prefer that than you talking about a show that like premiered in 1992. I know you
I
didn't
thought
know.
that would be more your era.
Now we're old. I get it. All right.
I'm trying to relate.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But like to what Jared and Steve were saying, like when I pitched Underdog on bringing Section 10 over, Nick Rudman, shout out Rudman, he fucking hates baseball and the Red Sox specifically. He's from Charlestown, for people who don't know. Like he's from the city. And he was out the second they traded Mookie. Like true, he was like, fuck this. Like, and I respect the hell out of that.
Smart guy.
But he knew, he was like, we don't have a ton of interest in doing baseball. However, we know how much people care about that show. So if it wasn't for, like, I don't want to say we knew what the reaction was going to be, sucking our own dicks, but because we knew how much people cared about Jared and Section 10 specifically, that's what convinced Underdog to even do the deal in the first place.
Yeah. I mean, God bless Underdog. To be like, hey, like we can actually take all these pieces, put them together and bring it back. And not only that, but I know people are itching for the merch.
Oh,
My God.
it's so good.
My God. Like if you're a Section 10 fan that goes back to, all the designs that we put out in 2018, this first line of merch, if you own the entire catalog that existed before, you don't own this. I can't wait to get our own shit because I'm going to live in it. Like it is, I'm going to wear that all the time. The hoodies.
There is one item, Jared, that you sent over, and we've had some
the
great
hoodie?
shirts. Yes, the hoodie might be top of the power rankings for any Section 10 item ever.
Mm-hmm.
And that includes Citrus Hills Fuck This, which maybe can we bring back some OGs?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I just
Eddie's
wanted
goat
to
milk?
go.
Yeah.
I wanted to do logo stuff first, and then we can bring back some of the classics. We never had a Trash Island T-shirt, which feels like
crazy.
a miss at this point. Feels like a strong miss. If that's like people
bring in the balloons. Bring the balloons back. We got to bring
back Louisiana balloons. But like the fact that we don't have a Trash Island shirt when that was what was very funny to me during the name redacted era would be people being like, not enough ball talk, blah, blah, blah. Where's the ball talk? And like our most popular episodes of all time of Section 10, Trash Island, Suns Out, Guns Out, which was about the Phoenix Suns. And I guess like probably like the Joe Kelly interview. Like, I don't remember like what would be like the Sleepy Frankie. Oh, Steve hated that.
That was my least favorite episode. That episode sucked.
Hated
because you guys were out. You took forever to get back. Like, we're gonna be back soon. We're gonna be back soon. And then Frankie Borelli. I have nothing against Frankie. I think he's great.
You hate Frankie.
I don't hate Frankie. I like Frankie. Some people say I look like Frankie, which I guess.
Oh my god, he was. He was.
That episode
Frankie
sucked.
bitch Riley
That was the most boring episode ever.
It was the middle of Red Sox Yankees playoffs. We went into a sleeping Yankee fan's room and gave him no sleep. We made him do an hour and a half podcast.
That's maybe as a video, but as a podcast, that was terrible. I do remember Jared. This was uncharacteristic. He had I think, I don't want to say a really bad episode, but he was like very disinterested. And it was during the playoff run. You remember that, Coley? There was I don't know if this is the same episode, but there was one where Jared was just kind of out of it. I think it was right before the playoffs, and people still point that one out as like, what was going on then? I thought you had something going on. I thought there was some real personal thing going on, and I think you were just tired.
Very well could have been.
I think you were just tired. I think it had been like a long day, and we were in that no man's land because the Red Sox that year were so. I mean, it was 2018. They'd clinched everything, so it's like it was right before the playoffs, and then the playoffs I think are some of our best episodes ever. That was an all-time run.
Like
but
Sleepy Frankie.
No, not the Frankie one.
Sleepy Frankie.
Frankie
was a great episode. Sleepy Frankie.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Were you around for? You weren't there for the Alex Benellis episode, Steve? Were you?
No.
Or were you not?
No.
It was like the Jackie Bradley Jr. trade happened while we were recording, and Alex Benellis was in the deal. He followed me like 5 minutes after the trade went live on Twitter, and then ended up on the podcast before we were done recording. Like he had just gotten traded to the Red Sox, and he was on the episode before we finished. That was a very all-time Section 10 moment.
Well, if we're talking Section 10 moments, I think the thing I'm most excited for is having that Section 10 magic back. Some of our most tired episodes are when some of the best things. I mean, Ice Horse happened at like 3 a.m. Yeah. So there was always just this thing where it's like, all right, well, we're going to give it our all. It's insanely late. We probably shouldn't be recording right now. This product might stink, but we might also get a classic. And then it would end up on MLB Twitter. Like, not like MLB's Twitter, like their actual Twitter account. Anytime we were saying something and it got on there was my favorite thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about the Ice Horse episode. That's definitely on the Mount Rushmore of episodes.
I do hate the Alex Benellis episode. I can't lie, because that was one of the worst days of my life. I was driving to work listening.
Did you kill? What?
I didn't. I almost did kill someone. I was like 3 minutes away from the Dorchester exit, and I don't know what I was doing. I was kind of staring off at the water, and I rear-ended the dude in front of me, and then the 2 cars in front of me also hit the cars in front of me. So we had this like whole lane of people just hanging out with each other.
And they're all dead.
So I got out. I thought that was the responsible thing.
7 deaths.
No one died. I started getting out.
I walk up to the car, blood everywhere.
I like this fucking episode.
Yeah. I had a dog in the back seat through the windshield.
This fuck in the front car wouldn't speak to me. He just called the police. I was like, dude, just talk to me for a second.
I'm not on that guy's side so bad. Like, I've never been on someone's side more.
I didn't mean to do it. I was tough time.
I would hope not. Your thing is just ramming into people.
Imagine you're just fucking focused on the road, bombing into the car in front of you.
Tyler's thing, he just loves ramming into cars. It just gets
Yeah, what the fuck's wrong
the
with
3
you?
idiots in front of me didn't stop. They just hit the cars in front of them.
No, that's not how that works at all.
Clearly.
No.
It's called momentum. Pay attention.
The law strongly disagrees with you.
Yeah, and then some guy.
So that was the night of the lockout, right? Like that at midnight, it was the lockout. That's why
I
they
think
did
so.
that
Yeah.
trade?
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
That's why you were zoning out. You were like, "What the fuck am I going to do?"
Mhm.
I was just so nervous about work and everything. And then I'm sitting out there and I'm waiting for the state trooper. And then these people just start saying "fuck you" to me as they drive by because of the traffic.
For good reason.
Yeah, it's your
People
fault,
make
dude.
mistakes.
You just backed up traffic 8 miles because you crashed into 3 cars.
Yeah.
Imagine fucking breaking your 2001 Saturn and there's people driving by you saying "fuck you, you ruined my day." You think a Saturn's going to be okay after that?
You ruined my day that day.
Oh, I remember it. The amount of blood, they said it was unmatched wherever that town was. They said they'd never seen that much.
The police description said it was a fucking 2001 red Honda Civic, and then I looked at the registration. They're like, it's actually a white car.
I had to call my mom. She was upset with me.
Oh,
Sounds like
My
everyone was
radio
agreeing.
fell out.
yeah.
One of those like awful Bluetooth, like that didn't come with the car. It wasn't stock. It just fell out, and I couldn't plug my radio back in anymore after that. So I had to listen to things on my phone while I drove. I just held it up to my
And
ear.
you're more distracted.
I need to listen to something.
Yeah. Why don't you listen to Police Scanner, dude? You're all over it.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So Section 10's back. Very excited about it. Steve, do you know?
Did anyone else come with you with Section 10? Maybe like the moon?
No.
Even if it's blue? You fucking moron.
Well, now that you mention it, that's a you can't. That's a terrible way to set me up for Blue Moon because you mentioned the moon, which we have an entire episode about it being fake.
Yeah.
Before the show, when we were talking about it, we were saying to Jake, "Sauce us the moon." Read. That's exactly how
I
we were
have,
saying it.
which I understand that.
Yeah, that's why I figured you. I figured you remember the 5 minute ago reference over the 3 year ago reference.
Coley, no, you said the moon, which is a very prominent figure in our lineage.
I asked if you brought anyone with you.
Vehemently denied its existence, and
Obviously,
now you want to be like,
wouldn't bring
the
real
Blue
fucking moon.
I said
Tyler?
As a voice of reason, I also want to say.
I didn't know he could do that. I didn't know he could do that.
Steve, do you have something to offer before I talk?
No, go for it.
Thank you.
No, I just
Raise your hand. You can't pass it off to someone else. That's not how the raising the hand system works.
I stepped up. That's why I put my hand up. And
But then
then
you
you said
pass
no.
it to Steve. What was that?
Why? Because he interrupted me.
The lateral.
Hey, listen, we're all getting used to each other as a new system here. It's 4 instead of 3.
Put your hand down, Steve.
And I'm used to Steve.
Yeah, I just wanted to say real quick that this show doesn't really need, this exact episode doesn't need a bunch of Red Sox talk for multiple reasons. For anyone saying, hey, when are they going to get the Sox talk? I know Tyler has like 8 pages of notes about the Red Sox.
Hours on
even though there's literally nothing happening. Bayo, hey, there's no way. Bayo's the opening day guy. A couple people might be a little nicked up. That's about it. But we're going to have a big like season preview episode next week for anyone that's asking about that. All right. I don't doubt it. He sent it over. It's like literally 10 pages long.
That was just the first thing. That was just the Bayo extension. I got a lot on CJ Crone.
All I'm saying is like I'm used to the hand, like the finger up, and then I stop what I'm doing and I call in whoever does that. But I didn't know Tyler could do that.
So I didn't either. I did it and it felt wrong. So is it only a Coley thing, or can we all do it?
No, Pat used to do it. It. Yeah. No, it's anyone can do it. It's just
Tyler, it's the finger, right? Isn't it one finger? He put a whole hand up. It shouldn't.
Yeah, well, he's new. He doesn't know what he's doing.
It was
you're still doing it wrong. You're still doing it wrong.
You took Tyler to the gun range and handed him the noisy cricket, and he didn't know what the fuck to do with it.
Tyler, test it out. Put one finger up.
Do you even know what a noisy cricket is, Tyler?
No.
What is he?
Oh God.
Tyler, put one finger up.
Yeah, what is that?
What is he doing?
What are you doing, dude?
My hands, they're like not okay.
We're
Put
gonna
one
revoke your
finger up,
privileges
Tyler.
pretty quick.
What is he doing?
That's 2. That's fucking 2.
Yeah,
What?
dude.
Tyler.
The one on each hand. Be specific.
This
What's
is
with you? You look like you just won a fight in Super Smash Brothers. Like, what is this
Yeah.
pose? What is
Yeah.
See,
Well,
you
Steve
guys,
interrupted
you
me
guys
last
have a
time.
little calibrate. I have no experience with Tyler, so I got to get used to like Tyler's quirkiness.
It's gonna take a long time.
It's going to take a while. I can already tell. It's taking him forever to put one finger up. He's been putting 2 fingers up for the last
Yeah.
5
Being
minutes.
confusing.
Yeah.
You're
Confusing
saying
at all.
different things.
One finger, Tyler? You keep putting
Nothing's
2
ever
up?
been
How many
less
hands?
confusing.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever been more straightforward.
Yeah.
What? Oh, man.
I feel
Yeah.
like I have to. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, oh, yeah, Tyler.
Right.
There it is.
What? That's it?
Tyler.
Yeah, but like you're also like going to the side. You know,
It's almost going to be like you're
worse
calling a
somehow.
cab or something. Like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Why's your finger bent like that?
Why are you showing me the fucking top of your hand? Like that's not.
I have a loose wrist.
Man. We got work to do.
All right.
Yeah, we do. Because guess what? Even if you love beer, there have been some moments that you want to enjoy without the alcohol. Celebrate those times of Blue Moon's new non-alcoholic Belgian white Belgian style wheat brew. It's for when you want to drink your favorite beer without the alcohol. We had some Blue Moons cranking yesterday. It feels like 3 days ago. We had to do the reshoot for the Section 10 announcement video in my fucking kitchen. But we had popping some Blue Moons, non-alcoholic, regular alcohol. They had the seltzers. Oh man. But we also we had to provide the non-alcoholic option just for whoever wanted it. Very popular choice. Inspired by the beer you already love and available year-round, a Belgian white Belgian style wheat brew that tastes like drinking, even if it's not. Crafted with Valencia orange peel and coriander. It tastes balanced and refreshing. Nothing compares to the great taste of a Blue Moon non-alcoholic Belgian white Belgian style wheat brew. Blue Moon made brighter. Get Blue Moon non-alcoholic Belgian white Belgian style wheat brew delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared for delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Non-alcoholic malt beverage contains less than 0.5% alcohol per volume. One of the things I did want to mention because people thought that I was going to go back to Barstool and they were like, you got to come home. You got to come home. And I was like, for what? Like, what was there that would have made sense for me and for you, the listener, the fan? Like, what was there that I could have been like, this is what's going to make people go nuts? And I was thinking about it. I was like, Coley's at Underdog, Steve's at Underdog. Underdog is a very obvious landing spot here. Barstool has Section 10. Would love to have that. But if we can get it back without having to go back, but then it's like if people wanted the name, but it's like I wouldn't have used the name without the people. And I said that a million times. I was like, if Dave called me up and he was like, hey, have Section 10 back, but I was at DraftKings and it was me and Tyler, I wouldn't have called it Section 10. We still would have maybe we would have changed the name to something else. Like maybe we wouldn't have stuck with name redacted, but I wouldn't have done Section 10 without the very least Coley, or one of the two. But now that we have everybody, yeah, obviously we're going to do that. But I didn't understand why people were like, you got to go back to Barstool. I was like, for what? Like what I'm known for is Section 10 and baseball is dead. Baseball is dead we can move that anywhere now. Like that is a solid group that's going to travel with each other. And 2/3 of Section 10 are at Underdog. And like I understand like people miss like the streams and stuff like the Hubs stuff. Like I don't even see Hubs doing Yankee shit anymore. Like even if I went back,
a Hubs thing in ages, I almost forgot about
like,
Hubs.
Does he do the Yankee podcast anymore? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Like I know that he does like some video stuff. I know he still tweets it, but like, what would I be going back for? It didn't make any sense to me. Like, this was the best case scenario. This was the best fit. Yeah. Like, it was an absolute no brainer to do that.
Well, we've had this conversation a lot before about like not just what you want for the path and what the path of Section 10 or your career and all that. You're most valuable here. Like, if you're going to Barstool, you're either going to New York, Chicago. Like, I know we had some long talks about living in New York. I think we both kind of hated it, but you're most valuable here. I feel most valuable here, being 5-10 minutes from Fenway. You're only like 15-20 minutes from Fenway. Coley's in Maine, so I'm surprised he's even got a clear video right now, honestly. Right. But that's what made the most sense, is that you would be able to stay remote, locally, and obviously get the gang back together.
Yeah. And like, when you're talking about being a free agent in this industry, and once you've made a little money, and then like the offers are kind of like all within shouting distance of each other, I want to be with my friends. Like, I want to, like, not to say like I loved work, like the people at DraftKings became my friends. Like, I obviously knew Emerson. I knew Emerson before I went there. I knew Steve Buchanan, but like a lot of the behind the scenes people, like, they're my friends now. Like, they're stuck with me. As I said on the last episode of Neighbor Redacted, like, they're wrestling fans. They come over for the wrestling pay-per-views. But in terms of like in front of the camera, like, of course, wherever I can put, like, if we went to fucking asshole media, and that's where
we shouldn't. You pitched that initially, and I was like, it's a bad idea.
I know. Yeah. They're kind of like, they get political, and that's not us.
Yeah.
But if you guys were at asshole media, that's where I would have wanted to go. It's like, I wanted to put the show back together. Underdog is giving us that opportunity to give everyone what they want. I'm very happy. I couldn't be happier. I can't even describe how happy I am that Underdog is giving us this opportunity. Steve?
I can't wait for the live stream opportunities. Jared's got a hell of a place. We shot the announcement video there. It's exactly what you would expect it to look like. The live stream.
What does that mean? What the fuck does that mean?
I'm saying it's got a bunch of memorabilia, a bunch of TVs. I mean, you posted your place before on the socials, so I'm saying it's a good thing. Why do you think it was a bad thing?
I don't know.
You post your TVs. You put the TVs up there.
Yeah. I posted the TVs. I'm
excited for in that room with the theater seats and all that. The live stream stuff's going to be great. I mean, we obviously got something planned for opening day, but I'm pumped for that.
We do.
Yeah.
So we're streaming the entirety of opening day.
That was a joke. You didn't. Yeah, it was a joke.
We do.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Do you have
I got confirmation today that something was being sent for that stream.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you got the fucking blow up house?
Yeah. Ball pit.
By the way, I always speak highly of Coley as a friend, but he's a fucking asshole because
it's weird he's not an asshole media. You'd think that would have been a good fit for him, but
I bought his daughter for her birthday a giant blow up princess castle, and it includes a ball pit. And I thought the balls came with it. It didn't. I was made aware of this, and so I bought him, his family, 6,000 balls to put in the ball pit. And did he open a single box to create the ball pit? Have you even blown up this princess castle? Has the castle been blown up?
The princess castle at full blow, at twice the size of my house, like minimum. Like, I don't know where this could be contained. I don't think it came with ground spikes. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it came with ground spikes or like a foundation.
I mean,
to lay that I could put this
Home Depot. You could do it yourself.
Upon, and the balls. We're talking. I think it was like 6 large boxes came, and they're in my basement.
Well, they're completely
boxed up.
Backup balls. I think I got more balls than the Princess Castle can hold, but I think
I have no doubt there's that many boxes. And once in a while I go down to my basement and I'm like, why are there like UPS boxes made out to my daughters on it? Like, of all the people to get packages, like, they're incapable of ordering things because their brains are tiny.
Yeah.
But and then I'm like, oh yeah, those are filled to the brim with balls. And that's how they'll stay.
Well, see, Tyler, yeah, I think
Thank
you're
you.
abusing this a little bit, but go ahead.
Yeah.
This is the second time. Actually, Steve put his hand up and no one even cared to acknowledge him.
Right.
So
See how that
I'm
works?
just putting that out there.
Yeah.
I don't know
Sometimes
why I said
you
that.
don't get it. Sometimes you don't get it, Tyler.
Sometimes you don't get. Sometimes, yeah.
I get it. Coley.
Oh, we may want to rescind this.
Good.
I don't know. He's getting
Let
snappy.
me clean up. Nope,
Yeah.
I'm not. I have a good point to make, and Coley's going to appreciate
Go ahead.
this.
No, go ahead.
Coley,
Go ahead, dude.
You're very busy. I've set up some floats in my life. I would enjoy if you maybe flew me out to Maine.
Coley.
You started off with such a bad point. I can't let you finish. I'm stopping you right there.
Yeah.
What part? The flying out? I'll drive.
No, and you were like, I've filled up a lot of floats in my life. As if I'm new to the float game somehow, like that. Insane.
It seems like you're a little scared of what Jared bought for you.
Again, it's larger than anywhere my house can contain. Like,
What else did I
he's
get?
saying it's like a princess castle, like bouncy house. Like, it's a village. It's a full.
It's a village. What animal did I get? I got a big penguin.
I believe it's a big penguin. Yeah,
It's a big
Sailor
penguin.
already had a giraffe.
Yeah.
Big penguin.
Huge penguin. How many?
That got unboxed immediately. Very funny.
Yeah. And does she still like it?
I don't know that she can has like even really identified it yet.
She doesn't know that it's a penguin.
Right. Like, I don't know. It's just so large compared to her that I don't know she can even grasp. Like, when a fly goes past a building, they're like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah. That makes sense. Big penguin, though.
Massive penguin. Very funny.
Yeah. Jordan Montgomery's still a free agent.
I mean, he might actually end up here. I don't know how much. I'm sure you guys have talked about it a lot, but
No, we haven't had a podcast.
Well, that's a fair point. But I'm saying it's been a long offseason. You've had offseason pods. If Snell's getting a 2-year deal, that happened when we were doing the announcement video. It's like 2-year deal for this guy, and Montgomery's still out there. It's reasonable, and it's basically a 1-year, $31 million deal because he'll probably opt out. It's reasonable that Montgomery might still sign here if that's the case.
I feel worse about it than when we last recorded. So like when we sat here and I think we were saying, maybe things fall out with the deal after the Tristan Casas or the Brian Bayo extension, right? The Red Sox are at $213 right now, luxury tax wise. So say Montgomery gets, let's call it a Blake Snell deal. He gets like 3 years. I know he's holding out. He wants 5. You're going to be right up against the luxury tax, and they're already trying to work out extensions. I think it's even less likely after the Bayo extension that they go and add that because they've already told you they don't expect to be above what they were last year at 225. Why are they going to push over it? That would be Red Sox like going back on their word, but I have kind of just let that one go. I haven't heard a rumor about Jordan Montgomery in weeks.
Well, that's the thing. So we just got to just make stuff up because there haven't been any. So you just go, well, I think you could come here, and then whatever the Red Sox are saying, I don't know. I mean, they've flip-flop so much, but
it's not like other teams are hot on him either. Like, he's not linked to anyone but the Red Sox. But I don't think the Red Sox are even linked to him.
No, he's linked himself to the Red Sox.
He's linked to the Red Sox. The Red Sox are like, I don't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I literally live next door, guys. I could easily just walk right over. Well, especially now that he would sign the deal, he wouldn't pitch until April. So now he doesn't even forget going to Fort Myers. Like, I am literally next door and I'm going to walk over there for real games. It would seem like, Tyler, I get what you're saying. Like, trust me, he's not coming here, but we have to make stuff up.
I don't know that that's true. What if he just takes a straight up 1-year deal?
He could.
I think that's worst case for the Ryan Catillo's made this point, and I agree with him. I think that's the least likely of all the options. I think he either gets 4 or 5 years or doesn't come here. Like, I don't see the reason for because even the Red Sox gave Giolito that weird convoluted 3-year deal it was like a Russian nesting doll of deals. It was like a 1-year deal that could become a 2-year deal, or a secret third option 3rd-year deal that both people get control over. Like they haven't signed a normal fucking deal. Now that we're talking about, like, the Story deal was announced immediately as a 6-year contract, despite the fact that there was no possible way for it to ever be a 6-year contract. I don't know if that's a CBT thing. I don't know if that's what it is, but there's literally no path, unless he retires after year 6, that it's a 6-year deal. It's either a 4 or a 7-year deal. And everyone still announces it as like 6/140, which it never once was.
The position we're at now with Snell and Montgomery, I'd say it's like a 90% chance that both of them are going to be free agents next offseason, which is embarrassing. Like, that's terrible that you go in for Boris. You come into this situation this offseason. You got 2 of the top guys that every team should want. I understand that, Snell comes with the pick, but it's crazy that it's March 19th. And just yesterday, Blake Snell signs a 2-year deal and Jordan Montgomery is just still hanging out in Boston. He's just down the street. Like, I would like to play for someone. That would be sick. What do you think the earliest they're going to pitch is at this point? It's probably like late April.
Snell's already throwing 4 innings and they just went and saw him. Like, are they going to just push him? But like, you add the Scott Boras, it's not only them. Matt Chapman, Cody Bellinger.
And
like, if they have the years. Yeah, if they have the years they're supposed to have, those guys are also opting out and trying to hit free agency again. It's been a rough
offseason. If you can't get if you can't get a long deal with what they just did, like, what are the odds that Snell tops what he just did? I know the stats can get a little funky. Sorry.
Whoa!
Sorry.
Whoa!
Yo, sorry.
What the fuck, dude?
Sorry. I said sorry. Are you going to accept this one?
First episode.
Are we doing
back,
a review?
You know what?
No, hit the music. Fucking now.
I didn't
get him. Put him in the box.
Oh no,
dude.
Jake, suspend Steve, please. Do you know? I don't even. I mean, I could have.
Like we're just getting back. All right, we'll get suspensions ironed out. I do like that Jake just tossed him though. That's very funny.
Yeah. I have the music.
No complaint.
Got to hit the music.
It was fair.
What do you mean? Yeah, I've got it.
You played it yesterday and it brought back some memories.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, thank you. Now, before we couldn't talk over the music. You couldn't see or hear us.
That's true. I do like this.
Yeah, like, so now, like, Jake can kick Steve out, and then you can still hear the suspension music, and we can continue our fucking lives until the music is done. Once the music stops, then Steve can come back. But yeah,
listen, he knows better. He knows better than to drop F-bombs like that.
Yeah, like, that was blatant. That was blatant.
Crazy.
Yeah, you can come back now.
All right.
I mean, you saw how quick I said sorry. It was all one word.
Wasn't as quick as Jared. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it was a quick sorry because I knew what I had done was wrong. It was a fair suspension, no complaints at all. But
yeah, okay. So that's the rule moving forward. So before we were using StreamYard for Section 10, and they were what was it? Just like the fucking like launch screen? Like, what was it?
It was the take a break screen, and so we used it as a suspension screen.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So like it would pause everyone. So like that doesn't make sense.
That was the thing that's kind of funny because we all kind of got suspended.
Yeah. Yeah. That didn't make much sense. Now we can suspend someone, play the music, the suspension music, and then they can come back when the music is over. That makes way more sense.
It's way better. Way better.
We just didn't have the option before. We would just hammer it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely bludgeon the suspension button.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw someone chirping the Giants for their offseason. Like, someone wrote about it. It wasn't just like some guy on Twitter.
Oh, tell me it was fucking that asshole from the Athletic.
Asshole time. No, I don't think it was even in the Athletic. I didn't know who. I didn't notice the person, so I just saw what they said, and I saw Dodgers fans agreeing with it. And I get that they just hate the Giants, but it's like in this era where teams are coming out and telling their fan base is like, we're for sure not spending money. Like, we are not trying to compete at all. Hopefully these 18-year-olds are sick in 3 years. How could you ever for a second chirp the Giants, who have had their like biggest spend off season? Like, they try and do this every off season. Everyone tells them to go fuck themselves. Now they've signed like 5 of the top 15 guys this off season. Like, that's objectively really cool to see. Just another team. It would be so easy and justifiable for them to punt with the Dodgers and technically the Diamondbacks, who were just in the fucking World Series last year in their division. And they were like, no, we like what we're doing. We're going for it. Like, that's good. More teams should fucking try that.
They signed Chapman, Snell,
Soler.
Oh yeah, they got Soler
for Robbie Ray.
Traded for Robbie Ray.
Yeah.
They waited for a while. They're like, all right, we'll scoop these guys up at this point.
Well, they got Lee immediately just because I think they were itching to give somebody 9 figures, and they were like, all right, we got the 6th center fielder. Awesome.
He got a lot of money.
And they brought up Luciano, too, who's their top prospect and the shortstop who's replacing Brandon Crawford. Like, they have really interesting pieces. They already had Logan Webb. We stole Andrew Bailey from them, but they went out and they made some like pretty solid moves and spent money, which you can't really say for any other fucking team this offseason.
Right.
And Bailey's going to fix everybody, too. We got to factor that in. He's going to fix the whole rotation.
You don't believe in that, Steve? Is that what you're trying to say?
I think it's a little crazy to assume he's going to just bring everyone to the promised land.
Not everyone, but you can't argue the success that he had in San Francisco with some of these guys. That
it's a scale.
Actually, you know what? I was listening to 98.5, the Sports Hub, and they were giving Milliken shit for saying that Logan Webb, like people don't know who Logan Webb is. Like, that was like what, 2 weeks ago? Like, like he mentioned like Logan Webb is someone that was like a product of Andrew Bailey. Like, look at someone that's, gotten Cy Young votes and he got this big extension. Like, he's a stud frontline starter. And they were like, who's that? And like, you need to explain who Logan Webb is because people don't know who that is. If you don't know who Logan Webb is, you're just not a baseball fan, which is fine. Correct. But like, why are we acting like Logan Webb is like this hidden gem type guy?
I went into shock when they said it. I was like, are you playing with me? But that's it. You look at Logan Webb, basically a very similar arsenal to Brian Bayo. Heavy sinker, changeup falls off the table with high ground ball rates. Those are what those guys are. What's the difference between Logan Webb and Brian Bayo? Well, Logan Webb, he can actually throw a lot more strikes and he has a slider. Brian Bayo is trying to develop that slider right now. That's what you cling to. If he can transform Logan Webb, and he did it for all these different guys. You got Kevin Gausman paid, Carlos Rodon paid. Like, I think even this spring, say what you will. I know it's spring training, but you're seeing guys' stuff tick up. That's a step in the right direction. I want to see Cutter hitting 96, 97. Tanner Houck back up to 97. Even Whitlock, like, he's not pitching backwards anymore. Okay, he's attacking hitters. I can buy in on that. It should be at least some kind of improvement because Dave Bush just hasn't done a job for years. He's been hanging out. He watched Ryan Brazier go to the Dodgers, just resurrect his career in 10 days.
They got the special stuff out there. You know that, Tyler. They got the special stuff.
You spend 3 years working with the guy and someone fixes him in 10 days. That is as bad as it can possibly get.
Dodgers got that stuff. I don't know what it is. You go to LA, you're fixed.
It's called a cutter.
Who's an example of someone where like they get all this credit for being amazing and it's like, well, can you even prove that? Like with Andrew Bailey, like you can prove it. Like it is like there are many examples of Andrew Bailey actually like coming in and doing something. Steve, side note, on the Section 10 Twitter, is there an option to like turn off or on that you can send a DM no matter what the account? People are saying that unless they pay for a blue check, they can't send us DMs. How the fuck are we supposed to have down DMs?
That. Is that still a thing? Well, yeah, I mean that might be popping up just because obviously no one's been on this account for a couple of years since Twitter became. I'm not even going to say it.
I have seen some people say if it's not like a follow situation, it's like blue checks are the only ones who have that feature. So
okay, we got a ton of non-blue checks in the DMs. I can confirm that.
Do you follow those accounts or no?
No.
Okay, great. Oh, those people are just stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, there's. I'll give people the benefit of the doubt. Maybe there's something going on.
Either that or maybe like we had DM'd or they had been in the DMs before. So like you're kind of like grandfathered in.
It's possible.
Yeah. I'm just laughing at Coley's hashtag thank you, Blaze. Got to go in
Thank you,
early
Blaze.
Close.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be here without him. So, I mean, it's not, jokes aside. Thank you, Blaze.
We really wouldn't. Hashtag thank you, Blaze. It's gonna be a great shirt. People are gonna be very excited about that. I feel like they're like, did you make a manifesto, Tyler, on like what has happened since we last did an episode?
I did.
Like we haven't
Just
done an episode since Lucas Giolito was done for the year.
Yes, I got that. I got a couple spring standouts. I got Kenley Jansen with his fucking 5th injury spring training so far. Chris Murphy dying.
All right, that's like the Kenley thing. How much do you buy it's an actual injury, or do you think, speaking to the Montgomery thing, what?
I definitely think these are injuries because he was dying at the end of last year. Like, we forget in September, he got completely shut down. He just had nothing left. This is what Kenley Jansen is at this point. He's in his mid-30s as a closer. And last year, whether it was the knee barking, the back barking, everything that possibly could go wrong for him as his body kind of wore down, here you are. He's sitting here in spring training and saying, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, this is weird. I've never gone through this kind of thing before. Trade him. Just flip him. He's not happy to be here. He's dealing with injuries. And if he wanted to get traded, the worst thing would be to fake an injury because then no one's going to deal for you.
But that's where I think, like, you have to have some reason why a guy is not playing. So you just say, oh, he's banged up. What did Aaron Boone say? He's mid-spring hurt.
Like, I think it was mid-spring banged up. I've never heard that before. It's
That's
like
not a thing.
early March. He's like, yeah,
thing.
Guys, he's a classic mid-spring banged up. What are you talking about?
Everyone knows that.
Yeah, that's a classic baseball phrase. What the hell was that?
Yeah, it's the grind of 162. Like you get like the dog days of summer. Yeah. That's a thing. Like you get banged up around like you're like, thank God for the All-Star break so I can rest up. This dude is fucking hobbling around. It's mid-March.
Yeah, when the Ides of March roll into town, that's when baseball players start getting fucking exhausted.
You guys know he's playing a couple innings in spring. He is justifiably banged up. All right, let's relax here. It was a crazy line.
Shout out DeAndre Ayton. I know we're a Suns podcast of a former Sun. Mm-hmm. He broke out an excuse I hadn't seen since 2018 when Stanton moved to New York and sucked immediately and was like, guys, I don't have my furniture. DeAndre Ayton pulled that one out like, the reason I've been good the second half as opposed to the first half, I just was sleeping on an air mattress. Like I've only seen those two use that excuse and it's funny every time.
And I think he said, and you guys got to remember, I've been sleeping on an air. It's like, you didn't tell it. No one remember what? You never mentioned this. Like, how would we remember?
True.
This?
No, it's true. You do remember that.
You remember that
every day. Air mattress again last night.
Classic multimillionaire sleeping on an air mattress. What are you talking about? That was a bizarre quote. I'm thankful that we have Aaron Boone. Every time they keep him back, I'm like, all right, great. He's back. He did some crazy quotes and great tangents. I mean, I see that photo, the funny photo he had of getting kicked out last year. That pops up like every week. I'm glad we got him. I'm glad he's in this space.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, the best moment of my life was him hitting a 700-foot home run to beat the Red Sox. Like that butterfly effect has been unbelievable. Again, in the moment was terrible.
Very bad.
Unbelievable. Like,
now he shows
the best thing that's ever happened.
And now he shows 2004 highlights to get everyone going and kind of get them through. Still the wildest strategy I've ever seen.
Hey, remember last time we got swept?
Oh, and let's tell everybody. Like, I want to announce this. This isn't even private. We're proud of it.
It's crazy.
You guys got time for a segment?
Yeah.
Your call has been forwarded.
I'm not going to spoil the surprise. No.
Okay.
I was going to say I got time for.
Well, that was electric.
Hey, we'll never know.
No, we're working on it.
Okay.
Quick work.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about a different segment.
What segment's that?
I'm just saying, might have some DMs.
I'm sorry?
Sorry. Think we got some DMs?
Like what is that? Like, what does that mean though for us? What does that mean for Tyler, really?
For Tyler, I'm not sure. For us as a group, as an entity, we have direct messages that were sent in by the listeners.
Is Rafaela really not making like opening day? Is he not our opening day center fielder?
I don't know, but
I
love the fact that Miguel Plays put some fucking LBs on. He looks fucking meaty as shit. You know,
Ronald Acuna Jr., baby.
Oh,
I'm
thick
seeing
boy.
it. I'm envisioning it.
Yeah.
You see the Chris Paddock bomb he hit?
Yeah.
Sure did.
Yeah.
I like that. But with Rafaela, I think at this point between Vaughn Grissom going down and that they're like, hey, we're going to get you some time at second base. I think yesterday was the first time he got a little run over there. I think they've come around and said, hey, he's done everything they've asked. Even if you don't buy the spring training stats, if you watch, the guy is actually working at bats. It's not the fake bullshit he was doing a year ago where he's like, hey, man, they know I can't, work a count. They know I'm not patient, so I'm just going to let balls go by me. And maybe they'll believe it. Did it all spring training. Didn't work. Went to AA. It didn't work. Then he was like, I'll go back to my OG style. Starts hitting bombs before he gets exposed in the big leagues. Now, he's made the adjustment. It's just with Rob Refsnyder going down and Grissom,
Jared.
there's room.
The Lucas Giolito thing really bums me out.
Stinks. Fucking stinks.
I love the guy. We had him on the podcast, and what's funny, Steve?
What's up?
What's funny, dude? Talking about a dude having a fucking serious injury and you're
nothing.
cackling?
How soon after was he out for the year when he was on your show?
What?
Months.
How soon after was he deemed out for the year since when he was a guest on your show?
It wasn't that close. It was,
okay, I was just checking. That wasn't accusing or anything.
No, you were. You
I
were
was just
definitely
floating it. I was checking in. I was checking in.
You were implying that there was a correlation, is what you were doing.
I was checking if there wasn't. It seems like there's not.
Oh, it was heavily implied, Steve. Yes,
We do have some DMs.
Yeah, no, I fucking heard you the first time, but I was gonna talk about Lucas Giolito for a second, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Do you mind?
I don't know.
Okay. I was pretty bummed about that.
The positive is now for sure he's here for 3 years. Like, no doubt.
No, he'll be there. Yeah. I talked to him the day after surgery, and he's like legitimately bummed out because I tried to explain to him, I was like, baseball fan or Red Sox fans are smart. I don't think anyone is going to sit there and blame him for, not all Red Sox fans. People that listen to this show are very smart.
That's right.
Yeah. I think, Red Sox fans understand, like, it's not like he fucking went to what are those things called? Rage rooms. It's not like he fucking in the middle of spring training just went into one of those, started smashing computers and shit and hurt his elbow. It's like he got hurt throwing a baseball. Like, that is his job. Like, he's supposed to throw a baseball. It's what he's done his whole life. He had never been hurt up to that. I was hoping that no one was going to run back any audio from the interview where he was like, man, all I do is post.
Oof.
I know what, like, I never get hurt because I know what it takes to keep my body healthy. Like, I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said those things. And as he was saying them, I was like, please, God, don't get fucking hurt, because this is Boston and fans will come back and they will find that. But I'm bummed for him because I know that he wanted to pitch in a big market like Boston. I know that he was excited to play here, and for a guy that does take an immense amount of pride in staying healthy, it's like it's if he were still at the White Sox and he had signed an extension there and he was into like his third year of a 7-year deal, then like it's like, it is what it is, whatever. Like I've given my all to that organization, and if I have to sit out a year, then whatever. But like having to go to a new team, a new city, and that fans are passionate about baseball in Boston, like that's got to be a shitty feeling.
He's not. Sucks. I don't think. Sorry, Tyler, for cutting you off.
It's okay. I didn't see your hand. Continue.
So you accept my apology?
No.
Well, Tyler's
standing on business. Standing on business, Tyler.
That Drewski shit.
Yeah.
New rival, Tyler. I don't think people could have used the Glasnow thing and thrown it back. The Glasnow thing, the Giolito thing.
What the fuck is this?
Relax. I don't think people could have used the Giolito thing
about, dude,
and thrown it in his face. He's not wrong.
Tyler,
thank you, Steve. You ruined that one for yourself. I'm sorry. Steve, go ahead.
Steve.
I don't think people could have used the
Down the DM,
Gio-
bitch!
down in the DM.
Down in the DM, it go down, it go
As
down in the DM, it go down, it go down.
What?
Where the DM's at, Steve?
Down in the DMs, as always, brought to you by Ronald's Napkins. They clean your fucking face.
Big shout out to Ronald Napkins for napkins.
We're all joking here.
Napkins?
We're all just joking here.
Ronald Napkins. Thank you to Ronald's Napkins for coming back to Section 10 after a 2-year hiatus. It is something that they've been there from the very beginning. So to have a sponsor come back like that is huge.
The money they gave us, we'll keep it private. But
10 figures.
Just saying. First one comes in from Kate.
Hey, Kate! Oh, it's a fucking girl, huh? Yeah.
I made sure to not mess that up.
Hey! By the way, I just want to say this real quick. Hold on. I just want to say this real quick. Shout out to all the 162 girls out there, because I know that in the sports media realm, the sports podcast realm, I feel like the hosts just talk to all they're like, "What's up, fellas? Thanks for tuning in, guys." No. I have it on good authority that Section 10 had the second highest female listenership for a male-dominated listener podcast and during the Barstool era. And I saw plenty of 162 girls were very excited about the return of Section 10. So I just want to take a little quick second to say shout out to all you ladies out there.
Tyler, what were you doing flexing there? What was that?
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah,
I didn't know. I didn't
Tyler just
Go
took credit for it. He's like, that was all me.
Yeah, girls listen to Section 10 at Barstool because of T-Dog. Yeah.
Listen, I've heard a lot of great reviews from the woman fan base since I've came here, so I'm just, I'm flexing for them.
He was crashing into them and changing their radio to Section 10.
Yeah,
Murdering them.
Fuck, dude. Anyways, okay. Kate, is it Kate or Katie? Kate.
It's Kate.
Kate. Okay, Kate. Okay.
Hi, y'all. So happy to have Section 10 back. Congratulations to all of you. Are you able to give us the story of how you were able to finally reacquire the name? Well, he gave it, Kate.
Yeah, Kate. Come on, pay attention,
Hey,
Kate.
fucking
Come on.
open your ears, dude.
Jeez, Kate.
What the fuck?
Wow. Keep it moving, Kate.
Yeah. Just the complete lack of listening ability. It's like you literally said it.
Really pisses me off.
Talk. Not listen.
Kate just always yapping. Doesn't listen for a second. Always talking.
Yapping.
Sheesh. Comes in from John.
Hey, John.
Welcome fucking back.
Wow. Thanks, John.
It was okay. Yep. Conference realignment is a huge possibility if expansion teams are added. If you could build your new division, who would be in it?
A bunch of bad teams, obviously, John.
All the bad ones.
Which teams? Which specific bad teams you want?
The Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pittsburgh Pirates might be good this year. It's like
I was gonna say, I don't.
Yeah, the Pittsburgh Pirates might be sneaky good, sneaky nice this year.
Charrington's running himself an org over there.
Yeah, man.
Give me the White Sox. They don't know what the fuck's going on.
No, like I mean, it's bad when like your first instinct is to be like, well, throw the Red Sox in there. They suck. Talking about a team that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. How about the Red Sox?
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
No, you were right. You want all the terrible teams. Our team's in there.
They're definitely in the mix for one of the worst. Let's see. Let's
Rockies.
Take
Give me the
Royals.
Royals.
Yeah. Sauce me the Rocks.
Chris Bryant was like, I didn't do enough research before I signed with him.
That was
The craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
He's not
You're signing your
wrong.
life away.
He did say they lied to him about like the caliber of prospects that they were calling up, which I get. Like he's not digging. He's not you. He's not digging through the Rockies minor league system.
Give me the A's. Give me the A's. Just because I love the
sure.
broadcast. Nothing against the team. I do.
Angels
love it.
too.
The Angels are so bad.
The Angels give us fits though. Sometimes I was gonna say the Mets because even when they're good, they don't scare me.
And then
It's
that's
like
good for the matchups. I mean, the amount of Mets fans that come to Fenway, I think it's a good thing. I actually
Yeah,
like
when they acquire good players, they like magically lose their powers. So,
But what
yeah,
I like the Mets. You know what I mean? I would hate for them to just assume
Become
that
a
New
rival.
York.
yeah,
Yeah, that I don't like. There is a
They're an
weird
ally.
kinship there. Yeah, so that's where I don't want that to happen. They the Tide rather the Tigers. I know they project to be better, but
Yeah, the
they
Tigers are on the up
historically
and up.
kind of stink.
Yeah. The Guardians, I feel like. I mean, I
I
know
don't
like,
need that
they,
pitching.
you know, they're sneaky. They can be sneaky good, but like, do they ever scare you? Really?
No, I mean they've got the longest. I believe they have the longest drought in
They
the
do.
sport.
They do.
46. So yeah, there's that part of it, but they're so good at
48.
developing arms.
The Cardinals won the World Series in 46.
Yeah, geez.
No, I'm saying
Come on.
what?
Oh,
Is it 1948?
yeah. Cardinals won the World Series in 1946.
I love the
Interesting.
delivery. Like, that's an obvious thing. Holy God, you don't know the teams that won the World Series in the 40s?
Well, I mean, they beat the Red Sox. You should know that.
No, I do know that.
No, for sure.
You know Slaughter and his mad dash. Johnny Pesky held the ball.
Telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Coley?
Call it.
Yeah, no, they played the Dodgers in a best of 9 series in 1920.
Classic.
Old baseball is so fucking stupid.
Best of 9. Everyone was there.
But yeah, no, I would rather the Twins, even though like they're typically better in the regular season. But I know like if we were to get them in a 1-game playoff, they're fucking losing that for sure.
Yeah.
The Marlins? Why can't we do the Marlins? They're in the
Because they
absolute
Yeah,
garbage
they're in the
organization.
playoffs.
Yes, man.
They've won more World Series than all the other teams combined. We've talked about outside of the Mets.
But in terms of making the playoffs on a regular basis,
You can't really say the Royals either. They're kind of on the up and up too.
Yeah, the Royals may win the World Series. I mean, look
Bobby
pretty good.
Witt, no thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not too afraid of the Royals.
I'm not like, I mean, it's not like we're walking into
There's
this
other teams. We could pick
the
other teams
hammer
before the
of
Royals.
Or like we're not good.
Doesn't it suck
No.
when we're doing this division? At my core, I was like, oh, well, it's kind of like you're saying. Let's get all the scrubs. I'm like, God, we're a scrub, aren't we?
Yeah, we are a
scrubs.
We won 78 games last year. So far, that's more than every other team we've mentioned. Like I think that's what bothers me the most about this fucking team right now is they're not scrubs. They're wildly mediocre, which is worse, I would argue.
Yeah.
Good point, kid. Hey, it's a good point, kid.
Yeah. I feel
Team in
that way.
baseball in September.
Huh?
You just stopped hitting in September. You completely became the worst. You were on pace for 85 wins even after August.
I like the U. That's a good. So Tyler's got good radio cadence. I mean, that's all he's ever known. So I'm learning that. It's my first Tyler show. He's got the cadence down. It's good stuff, Tyler.
Thank you.
What about the Nats?
They're so bad. They have a
James
0% chance to make the playoffs. I just saw that yesterday. Imagine winning the World Series within the last 5 years, and you have a 0% chance of making the playoffs before you've played a game. That's tough.
They won 71 last year. I don't know where that 0 number comes from. I'm not saying you made it up.
Yeah.
But this team wasn't like the Rockies won 59 last year. The A's won 50. Those feel like 0%.
Don't the Rockies not get enough credit for being awful?
Awful.
Maybe it's that park's great. That location's great. Maybe that's why. And we've never expected the Rockies to be great. So
no.
But still, they're really bad. They are really bad consistently, and we don't really talk about them. So yeah, let's put the Rockies in that division, and we can travel to Denver.
Not out on the Nats at all.
Imagine facing Patrick Corbin, though, arguably the worst starting pitcher in all of baseball.
Oh, I like Patrick Corbin as a guy.
Let's be real. 5.20 ERA last year.
No, I mean it was historically bad. There's
good.
no denying that.
Yeah, I'm not.
Mackenzie Gore, didn't he dice us up last year?
Was that last year?
In Washington?
No.
Oh, that Nats series was tight. That was a close one.
Yeah. It was like August, right?
Yeah, that was Mackenzie
Luis
Gore
Arias
diced
grand
us up
slam.
last year.
That was the grand sale. One of two there. Yep. This comes in from Joey Gundy. Our guy, Joey Gundy, a diehard Section 10 listener, Joey Gundy.
Okay. Yeah, he is. Also, Coley drafted James Wood, I believe.
I tried to.
For the Nats.
I told him when we had the Heim episode, I told him to draft James Wood.
I know
he
you
took
did.
Marcelo, which has so far worked out. However, we had another pick before James Wood was selected, and we took Judd fucking Fabian.
That fucking asshole and his stupid family.
Oh, that was Heim's worst move. People like to talk about this. They like to talk about that. Worst move by far was Fabian over Wood.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that one we don't talk about. I don't want to say enough. We don't talk about it at all. We need to start the dialogue. I don't know if I should say this. I'm going to say it anyway.
Nope.
Heim did say that whenever I want to like talk about everything, that Section 10 would be the preferred destination. So I don't know when that would be.
After he took the Cardinals job.
Before.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, eventually, like he'll do some sort of like
career. He's gonna do something. But Heim doesn't really.
That was ominous.
Release.
Just
he doesn't release secrets. I think he would want to. I think he would want to do something like this, but I don't think Heim's the one to be like, yeah, this guy.
He's not gonna like throw dirt. Like I don't expect that, but it's more just like a reflective.
Yeah,
it's like a exit interview, kind of. I guess.
True.
Like we're not asking him to fucking rip on people. He wouldn't do that. I wouldn't expect him to, and I also wouldn't put him in a spot to do that.
Do you think he would come to Fenway next year? I think they go to St. Louis this year. Do you think he would come to Fenway?
He was at Fenway yucking it up with Mookie Betts when the Dodgers were in town. Like he basically
he was
he was Biggie in LA. Like he was Tupac in New York. He didn't give a fuck. He was walking around the Fenway Park concourse with Mookie Betts in a Dodger hat. Like it doesn't get any more I don't give a shit about my surroundings than that.
Yeah, true. Joey Gundy.
Yeah, Joey. What did he say?
What's your guys' favorite Section 10 moment for each host? Glad to have you guys back on the OG feeds.
Jake, what was your favorite as a fan?
I gotta go Trash Island. I know we already talked about it, but the flaming ball of trash coming back towards Earth is just an all-time visual.
Tyler, did you have a favorite as a fan?
It's always, I've said it a million times, it's the bunk beds. That is like true childhood core memory for me. I was the biggest David Price fanboy in the entire world, so it was like everything going right for me.
I tried to find that clip recently. I can't remember why, but it was just like me in Pete's basement just screaming he's in Boston, gold bottles, and then I just dropped the mic. That's how the podcast ended, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember it.
Oh,
I don't remember anything.
Yeah. For the sake of the clip, you were fine if the mic broke, which I respect. It's like if this thing breaks, this clip's awesome. You would always know when I was rolling on you, like, oh, I gotta juice it up a little bit here. All right.
Yeah. Steve, probably the duck boats, right?
Yeah, it was either it's between the duck boats and then when it's not just suns out, guns out. It's when you put your hand up, because I think Coley and I were like, what the hell is this guy about to do? So that specific, right before you dropped it, and I'm so glad we have that promo out there and people tweet it all the time. It's great. Right before you went, and the second you started talking, I was like, that's maybe the funniest thing I've ever heard. And it was like 3 seconds of time. But
yeah, it was barely a
bang,
second.
bang, skeet. You don't want to meet us in the street. Hang on to your buns because we're talking Suns. Welcome to Suns Out, Guns Out, the #1 Suns podcast in the world. I'm your host, Jerry Downtown, alongside Coley Buckets and Stevie Double Dribbles. People of Phoenix, it's time to grab your penis. Stevie, how you doing?
What up, Sogo in the building?
In the motherfucking building. The #1 episode of the #1 Suns podcast on the internet. Welcome.
Catch the fever, baby.
Woo!
But there was,
I mean, that was
the outtake. Yeah, that was actually. It took us like 30 minutes to actually do the intro, but yeah.
Bang, bang, skeet. You don't want to meet.
Yeah.
That is not how it opens.
Of all the words I expected.
This is not how it opens.
Hold on. Just let me get through it.
How long is it?
It's about the same length as the original opening.
Bang,
Outrageous.
Hey, Steve, let's mute our microphone, Steve.
All right.
Who knows what comes next?
All right. just well done. Really well done.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably my favorite. Like anytime that like that or I fucking watched the Louisiana Balloons clip like
it's good.
That's very funny.
That might be most underrated.
Louisiana Balloons?
Because I kind of forgot about the balloons, and then I was looking up some of our throwback shirts, and I was like, oh my God, this might be one of the best shirts we had. The purple was great. The balloon guy had this like mean mug on his face with a balloon bat. Really
They
good.
have the second highest chance of winning the World Series. When are people going to realize the Yankees aren't that good? This is off of like the Yankee aura.
If they were like the fucking Louisiana Balloons, there's no chance they think that this team has a 14.2% chance of winning the fucking World Series. There's no chance.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to welcome your Louisiana Balloons.
Such a bad name.
Look at him walk around wearing that shirt, being like, "Oh, what is that? Like a minor league shirt or something?"
No, they're in the majors, dude.
They're in the AL East.
You're not watching the Loons, you fucking idiot.
How many Louisiana Balloons shirts do we have to sell to get you to grow out your mustache?
5,000, 5K.
5,000. Would you still do that? Would you take that deal now?
Oh, yeah, 5,000 shirts. Yeah.
Didn't he grow
that's
out
a
the
lot.
mustache?
Well, that was for
No.
the pandemic. That was a different time. Balloons.
Oh,
Yeah,
was
this was after. The Louisiana Balloons was 2021.
Right.
And like I feel I just saw a clip recently from the 2021 season where we were like that whole year it was like Red Sox Yankees like rivalries back and like Yankees fans were shitting on us for like, your team sucks. We'd be like, no, your team sucks, and then we would play each other and beat like each other's brains in, all for both teams to finish with the exact same record at the end of the year. They finished with the exact same record, and then they played each other in a one-game playoff, and then the Red Sox won. But yeah, I was like, why? Like the fuck? Like we don't have these tremendous odds of winning the World Series, and the Yankees did. And I was like, what? I don't understand it. Like it's just if they were called the Louisiana Balloons, like there's no way that people would say like, oh, this team has a fucking 20% chance to win the World Series. The Red Sox have a 6% chance. Like based off what? Like they have the same fucking record.
Any of the Yankee moments for me, like the live stream where Stanton hit that walk-off single in the first, like that was unbelievable. Just completely stealing New York from them for the entire run. That was unbelievable.
Yeah. Coley, one of your better is that like you would walk around New York playing that, filming yourself. That was one of your better bits.
Incredibly safe. I've never felt safer in my life. They were just also depressed. I was getting like threats from people that I was like friends with. They were like, you better knock it off. Like I can't have this. And then we just steamrolled our way to the World Series. I was so sick.
That was so sick.
But yeah, the Stanton walk off. I mean, I still get it tweeted at me like how I was a genuine knee slap from me watching Yankee fans. Because especially to be fair, that whole month of September, Stanton was hitting 700.
Swung on, there it goes. Deep left center. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. But caught. There it goes. Deep left. It is high. It is far. It is gone. Out of the ballpark. A Stantonian home run. Now, what did I do wrong? What did I see wrong? He's at first base.
The umpire's back, baby!
Yeah.
When I don't miss when Hubs would have to like fire himself up to do a video. Those were I didn't like those.
I mean, I think he's been humbled since then. I mean, he was very stoked to have Garrett Cole, who's held up his end of the bargain. But I feel like if you're a modern day Yankee fan, you can't walk around like a cocky prick anymore. You just can't. And to Hubs' credit, I feel like he doesn't do that anymore. I feel like he's a very self-aware Yankee fan. Just like,
well, a lot of clips have gotten thrown back in his face. He's like, okay, I should probably stop doing this. This is not.
I just, I mean, for Pete's sake, it's.
What? What's up?
Oh, I thought that was like the pause that he had. I thought it was still going. I was like, I don't remember him having that long of a pause there.
No.
For Pete's sake, man. I mean, come on.
No. Yeah, for Pete's sake is a big one. What's the next DM?
From Garrett.
Okay, what's up, Garrett?
Coley may be tall, and you can't teach that, but can he teach his kids to pitch already? The Red Sox need arms more than the animals on Trash Island need fresh air. Coley.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them both throw. Brutal. They have no idea where it's going. I don't know that Bailey, they don't know what hand they are supposed to be using yet. I don't know that Bailey could fix this.
I don't know that Bailey could fix this.
That's on me, that's on me. Just got to get better every day, grinding away. I thought she made some good pitches.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Just good stuff out there.
A good Christmas on the ball. Yeah.
Barnesy.
Millsy. Elsie. Pap. Oh, don't get me started on Petey. Petey. Petey did this thing one time in the clubhouse. I can't say it on here. He was a villain. This comes in from Cullen.
Hey, Cullen.
It's a really valid question he's got here. Hey, guys. Happy the show is back. My question for the first down in the DMs would be Sox?
I'm gonna say no.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. This is where I'm at on that right now. Yeah.
That's fair. This comes in from Cole.
Hey, Cole.
Who has the most relatable Jeremy Lin run in Red Sox history?
Might be Urias last year with the back-to-back grand slams. That's it.
Pedro Sariaco.
Ooh.
His lasted longer than Jeremy Lin's. Sariaco's better for longer.
How long was Jeremy Lin on fire
10
for?
games. 10 games.
It was only 10? Oh, my God. I thought it was longer than that.
And they played the Miami Heat. What?
I have it. Hanzo Robles, September 2021. 0 ERA.
That was a whole month. We're talking 10 games here.
Yeah.
How many games did he actually pitch in September?
Can't
be more than 12.
It was every day. That guy was lights out.
I feel like it has to be a position player.
I think it was legit Luis Urias last year, back-to-back grand slams on back-to-back pitches. Like that.
But like
those are the best. That's the best 2 at-bats you could have in baseball.
But the team,
by far.
like Jeremy Lin captivated the country.
People were talking about Luis.
I don't know. Like the Red Sox were so irrelevant that it was like, yeah, it's nice to beat up Garrett Cole, but like, who cares? Like when the season, like I'm trying to think of who had.
I mean, the real answer that comes to mind is Gary Sanchez when he first came up. And maybe Bob when Bob first came up.
Oh, Bob's a good
I
one.
love Bob.
Oh yeah,
Bob's the right one. That's the right answer.
In 2020, Bob homered in 5 straight games, and we didn't even fucking get the historic call because they were talking to fucking the dining playbook people.
Oh god.
Hey, Jared, and it's just that refreshing.
yeah. Let me fucking.
You gotta find it. You gotta find it.
Yeah,
I gotta find it.
Yeah.
They were talking about like Dunkin' summer refreshers or whatever.
The Bobby Dahlbeck slams his fucking
crushed it. It was smoked, and they couldn't say anything.
Oh my god.
Warm and then cool that we can hold on to our ice drinks as long as we possibly can. These are brand new to Dunkin' refreshers, and they come in really delicious flavors. It's pink passion fruit and strawberry dragon fruit, which is the one that I have, and it is exactly that. It's refreshing.
Yep, just hit third base. They don't even like be like, excuse me, like shut up.
She had her kid on her lap, like crying, and she's talking about Dunkin' refreshers as Bobby, I think, ties the Red Sox record for most straight
5 straight games of the home run. Yeah, I believe it was the record.
I think he said it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably that.
Last one comes in from Ben.
Hey Ben.
Can we get a main question of the week part to down in the DM again? It's a good question.
It's a good, yeah. I feel well.
Remind me what justified the main question of the week.
It had to be from Maine.
Correct.
You know what, Jake? Please.
Yeah, get me out of here.
Yeah, get this guy out of here.
Just
get him out. That is a dumb fucking question.
Has he even been on the show before?
No, I don't think so. This guy's new.
Crazy.
Hey guys, what do you think? I was just wondering, the main question of the week, like, what does it take? What does it take to be the guy that says, "Hey, I want to be the main question of the week"? How do you do it?
It's crazy because he's the question guy. He's the guy who reads the questions.
It was his job. Like he was the guy that had to fucking sift through the main question of the week to figure out.
It's been a couple years. I'm rusty.
This guy from Maine or not? I don't know. The fuck. That's like the Stanley Cup guy being like, "So what's the deal with this trophy?
What's the deal with this thing? Am I supposed to hand it over?
How do you win this? It's a really pretty trophy. Who gets this at the end of the year?
Is this for best hog? What is this? What's this for?"
Ben, we will bring it back. We will bring it back.
All right.
Yep.
Cool. You know how it works now?
Yeah, you got to be from Maine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Big part of it.
Yeah.
It's got to be a question.
It has to be a question. Can't be a declarative statement. Question for you, Steve.
Yeah.
Would Coley be eligible? Because he's not from Maine, but he lives in Maine. He's a resident of Maine. He's been in Maine for a few years now. Coley submitted...
The question's from Maine. It's not necessarily a person from Maine.
It just has to come from Maine. Yeah. Maine. I don't care about your origins. If you send the question in from Maine, you qualify. Okay.
All right. That makes sense. What if someone that's born and raised from Maine was on vacation in the Bahamas?
No.
Did they not? They can't do it?
Not acceptable.
Just a regular question.
Yeah.
Just a regular question.
You can still get on DMs, but you're not going to get highlighted as main question of the week.
Okay. I'm just asking. These are things that we need to know.
No,
do need another Maine shirt. It's been too long.
Oh, that might have been my favorite shirt. The Maine answering a phone, but it's a lobster.
What was it? Was that at Sailor's birthday that we figured out why we went hard on Maine? It was because there was some, I think it was Nerdist.com put out like every state. What was like the most listened to or like the favorite podcast of that state, and section 10 had Massachusetts, and Connecticut, which we were surprised about because it's half Yankees, half Red Sox. So like having a Red Sox theme, and this is like all podcasts, like not just like sports or baseball. This was all podcasts. Section 10 was Massachusetts and Connecticut. And then we looked at Maine and we were like, Maine, what the fuck? Like, what else are you going to listen to? I was like annoyed. I was pissed. What the fuck else are you doing in Maine other than listening to Section 10? So we started a campaign in Maine. We wanted to do a show at it's Hadlock, right?
A lock.
Yeah. Hadlock Field, which is how close to where you live? I was going to say where you live. I don't know if you want people to know.
Like 20 minutes, and I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the great thing about Jake is he can bleep things like Tyler dropped my girlfriend's government name on a podcast one time. So he can bleep it and he can censor your mouth so that no one can reach your lips either. Because Dallas Braden once leaked my cell phone number on a stream because he was muted, but everyone could just read his lips. So actually someone that was in 2020. Someone that got my number from that leak stream texted me last night at like midnight to be like, "Yo, what do you think about Snell?" Like, he's a Giants fan. This was during one of the playoff streams in 2020, and every once in a while, like I'll bring up the story again, and then people will like remember that they have my number and be like, "Yo, what's up, dude? Like, what do you think about the Giants this year?" I don't know. Good squad, I guess. Having a solid offseason.
Looking good, man.
Yeah. Is there I forget how to do this. I forget what the format is to the show.
This is normally when Sox signatures would come in, but
do
you remember it?
Emptying the bench.
Oh yeah.
Empty the bench.
Yeah. That's you know what? This is Steve. You predicted that you were going to have a beef with Tyler. This is kind of where the beef might start because the Milliken Manifesto is basically emptying the bench. But I feel like there's space for both. I feel like there's space.
Can I say something?
No. The Section 3 podcast is brought to you by Sox Signatures. Sox Signatures is the leader in autographs and game-used memorabilia of tomorrow's Boston baseball stars. Visit SoxSignatures.com today for unique items and the best prices on prospects from Lowell to Boston. Did I fuck that up? From Lowell to Boston.
You were cooking. Weren't you just cooking?
Use a promo code Section 10 to get 10% off your first order at SoxSignatures.com.
Are you looking at me?
Get him out, Jake.
No.
Get him out.
No.
Get him out, Jake. The fuck? Are you looking at me like he's fucking, he's not, he's good. He's good. He's not, he's fucking Hideki Okajima. He's Hideki Okajima looking at Papelbon being like, all right, dude, get out there.
He's writing comments. Double suspension.
Yeah. The funny thing I realized with Tyler is he's like, I learned today the finger thing. Is that what they want right now? I guess that's not what they want. Oh, he's writing mean stuff. Oh, he's writing mean stuff.
Why did Tyler think that he didn't go there? That's what I want to know. Like it's about having feel, and listen, it's our first episode together, the five of us, really. I mean, yeah. Jake would be part of the fucking Sox Signatures thing as well too. Like Jake, you knew that Coley was gonna go last, right?
Yeah, I would have hopped in, but Tyler ruined it.
Tyler ruined it. He ruined it. All right, get back here, you fucking asshole. Tyler,
it feels so much longer when you're in there.
No,
it really does.
Because we double suspended you. You got 2.
Double?
Yeah, you can't be talking while you're in time.
Why
not?
Yeah,
threatening Steve.
You tell people to die, you get a double. That's just in the
Also, Steve, when we would do the round tables and Steve would get suspended, and then he would go in the chat, he would stay.
Oh man, when I went in the chat, I paid the price. You pay the price for going in the chat.
Cannot be in the chat, and you were in the chat to no one. You were risking it all for nothing.
Well, you were responding, so clearly it worked. And when Hideki Okajima's sitting in the fucking bullpen and he's waiting, the manager signals you, right? He tells you, "Hey, you're in the game."
At you. That's the signal.
I thought you wanted to talk,
Tyler.
He pointed up.
Coley pointed at you,
right at you,
and you were just like you were like Craig Kimbrell refusing to take the ball because you're like it's not a save situation.
Josh Hader,
that's you. That's crazy that you did that. This was a historic moment, and you just like took a shit on the carpet like a little puppy dog. You're like, oh, I don't know, I didn't realize I wasn't supposed to do that. That's what you did.
Can I fix it?
Yeah, because I feel like
I won't shit on your carpet.
I feel like I didn't deliver it 100% correctly. I got like I need to close my eyes.
You were good, and then you stopped. You hadn't messed up yet.
It was kind of like I was riding a bike down a hill, and I was going too fast, and my fucking handlebars started wobbling, but then I like grabbed it, and I was going straight again. I don't know. I thought I was going to tumble over, and I didn't. But the Section 10 podcast is brought to you by Sox Signatures. Sox Signatures is the leader in autographs and game-used memorabilia of tomorrow's Boston baseball stars. Visit SoxSignatures.com today for unique items and the best prices on Sox prospects from Lowell to Boston. Use promo code Section 10 to get 10% off your first order at SoxSignatures.com.
So, Milliken Manifesto.
I swear to fucking God, Tyler. I swear to God, dude. That was a perfect delivery, and you just fucked it all up.
I gave it time to breathe.
What do you mean?
I didn't want to jump all over you.
He still doesn't know. He still doesn't know what he messed up.
He didn't do it on purpose. Oh my Get him out of here! Oh my God!
We talked about it. We talked about what needed to be done.
We
didn't do it.
coached him. I thought he knew. He doesn't even know.
He's claimed to have listened to the program before. I don't know that I can believe it.
He's never heard an episode of Section 10 in his life.
Not once, not even by mistake.
Tyler, have you ever listened to this show before?
First time. What am I forgetting?
I do love that he thought he was being respectful and he was being so disrespectful.
The most disrespectful I've ever encountered in podcasting.
Tyler, it's a tough spot. He doesn't know what he's supposed to do. We can tell. Now we know he doesn't know what he's supposed to do.
Now I know. I didn't realize the first time.
Before I didn't. Yeah, I thought he was goofing.
I thought he was like waiting his turn, didn't know that it was his turn. Now he just doesn't know what to do.
He doesn't know what he's supposed to do. I do feel
you don't know what to do, Tyler.
I'm sitting here. I'm clueless.
That one's tough. I actually feel bad for that one.
The question is right.
I mean, unforgivable, I feel. Like, how? I don't know. I wanted to believe that it wasn't true. I wanted to believe that wasn't true.
It's like we're playing jazz here, and we toss it to him, and he just fucking takes his elbow and smashes it over the first three people in the front row's head. Just breaks their necks with his elbow.
Yeah. What do we do? Like, do we?
I think we just tell him. I mean, he served some time here. I think we should.
I mean, he served some time. Yeah.
I think we do just tell him.
Yeah.
He put the time in. I think we do tell him.
Yeah. So when I say,
and again, shouldn't he go first? If we're right, shouldn't he go first?
No.
You've always gone first.
Steve, Tyler, Jake, Coley.
Okay. Yeah, that works. Yep.
Yeah. So.
We still haven't told him what to do yet.
Yeah. So when I say at Sox Signatures, Steve says .com. You say .com. Jake says .com.
Oh my God. Are you
Coley
fucking kidding me?
.com.
I like his tongue.
Hey. Hands where I can see him, asshole.
Hey, you don't have to hit that button again.
Listen, it's not your it's not your call, pal.
Tyler, it's a lonely place. I've served a lot of suspensions. It's not a fun place.
Oh my God.
What?
Did he just break his table?
His keyboard came off.
My desk broke. How do I fix this?
Why did you do that?
He's been in solitary too long. Kid's going nuts.
Fuck.
Why did that happen just now?
I don't know. It's never happened before.
Did you learn from your mistakes?
I guess. .com.
Listen. First of all, I'm sorry about your desk. Second of all, I don't know how you could have said that you listened to Section 10 for so many years and not knowing what to do there.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, you're right. It has been a long time. You're not wrong about that. I hope we can get past this.
Clearly not.
As a team, as a unit, as a family.
New desk?
I'll get you a new desk. I got one right over here. It's still in the box. I bought it in 2022. Never used it. Never even took it out. I bought it for Jake. It's like a rise sit down desk, whatever.
Ooh.
What?
Not into the standing desk. Don't believe that.
Well, you can fucking move it down, dude. You can make it a sit down desk.
Free desk. Don't love it.
Yeah.
It's a tough stretch here.
Yeah. Are you all right?
No. This desk meant a lot to me.
What did fucking Uncle Cubby give it to you?
Don't talk about him. His anniversary's coming up. Steve, you think it's funny? Have you lost someone?
Am I laughing?
Have you lost someone, Steve?
I don't even know what you're talking about. I got to get caught up on the Tyler stuff. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know about Bullet, but he told me about Bullet. That's rough.
We talked for like 15 minutes. That was emotional.
That was tough.
Yeah.
What happened to Bullet?
He died.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Now we can put out the Bullet tribute concert t-shirt. We've been dying to put that out. We have a lot of merch that we just want to put out that just never saw the light of day.
Don't pout, figure it out. I got like 3 of those videos today.
Videos?
Mm-hmm. Someone had made like a weird edit. Steve, you were in it too for some reason.
Edit with what? With what in it?
It was like Kamala Harris. Is that how you say her name? It was like her, and she was saying like, "Don't pout." No, what is it?
No, you said it right. It's just the fact.
Kamala?
No.
Nope. Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yes. Kamala Harris.
Mm-hmm.
She was talking, and she was like talking about "Don't pout, figure it out," and then it was me at the end with my old setup.
She said she stole your shtick.
No, I guess she was like using the phrasing, and then they just replaced it with pout.
She was
It's like a different phrase.
She loved name redacted. Yeah. Steve,
what's the Milliken Manifesto? Just trying to find out what that is.
It's empty in the bench. I know that, like,
that's tough.
We try to get there. Well, I will say this. I will say this. The Milliken Manifesto, I guarantee you, is going to have plenty of items that Empty in the Bench is not going to have. Like, I feel like you guys go in 2 completely different directions for that. So they both have a place here.
To keep Tyler sane, I can already tell he's going to need a segment, which is fine. And Tyler is well prepared.
Don't give me the pity segment. I don't want the pity segment.
This isn't a pity segment, Tyler.
No, it is a pity segment. Go ahead, Steve. Go with the fucking bench. Thank you,
Tyler.
Coley.
You're gonna. I know you're. Tyler, tell me I'm lying. You're gonna need a segment, Tyler.
You're lying. I feel fine.
Yeah. He's in tears. I don't.
I'm not saying that as a negative thing. If you have a segment, it's good. Emptying the Bench was my segment. It made me feel good. I like doing it.
Well, you have down on the DMs too.
That's a good point. Is this my handing over of Emptying the Bench? Is that what we're doing here?
It's not handing it over.
I agree with Jared. They're very different. I think you can end the show with both.
Yeah, like Tyler just goes on a completely different direction that you would for Emptying the Bench.
All right, Tyler, you got it ready?
Yes.
Yeah, he's had it ready.
Shall we go down the list?
Yeah, let's do it.
Go ahead.
.com.
Well, thank you, Coley. The thing about the Milliken Manifesto is that if it has 12 items, I care about 2 max.
That's a tough
I don't want to even say the first one.
Yeah. What is it?
Josh Winkowski pushed to the bullpen.
Yeah. See, it's dumb shit like that where it's like, what am I supposed to say to that? Like, all right.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good. I don't want him in the rotation.
No,
I
don't want half
in
of our rotation in the rotation. So I'm glad that at least he's going back where he's good.
Yep.
It's the same problem as before. He had 6 strikeouts in 11 innings. He can't miss bats. You can't miss bats. You go to the bullpen, the stuff plays up.
Yep.
Chris Murphy, UCL damage.
I like Chris Murphy. He's a good guy, but like if he never pitched for this team, I don't think it would matter. Like I don't think that like he's a guy that you can plug in. I mean, he actually pitched really well for like a spurt, but like, is he a make or break guy? There's not a lot of make or break guys on this fucking team. Like there's a lot of like interchangeable pieces on this team is what I'm trying to say.
Yes, I don't think it's the end of the world. Like Brennan Bernardino's your first lefty, but I do think he had the potential to be your best lefty. Like, you forget, he had like a 150 ERA in those first 28 innings. He was nasty, and they ran him into the ground because he was one of the few guys they could pull out of the bullpen to go multiple innings.
Yeah, like Lucas Giolito is a guy that's like, yeah, you lose him, and everyone's like, oh, the season's over. And I completely agree with the people that were like, if that's the guy that if he's out, your season's over, then like you weren't very good to begin with. It's like, well, all right, but you still need an innings guy. And Chris Murphy it's an interchangeable piece. Like there will be a Chris Murphy 2.0 that will take over and whatever.
Next, CJ Cron versus Bobby Dalbec. We haven't even done a podcast since CJ Cron joined the Red Sox.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you taking?
Bob Stop, obviously. Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now just for position flexibility or because he was massaging Devers?
Can CJ Cron play shortstop?
Neither can Bobby Dalbec.
We've seen it.
Get the fuck out of here. How are you gonna get suspended in the middle of your own segment? Like I don't know. There's one podcast on earth that you can't slander Bobby Dahlbeck on. Section 10 podcast.
This one, yeah.
Will not be tolerated. Maybe on Name Redacted you could pull some bullshit like that. Section 10? Absolutely not. It's great having Jake, by the way. Like, Jake just fucking knowing, like, oh, that sound means boot his ass. I'll boot his ass. It's great. It's great being able to play the suspension music and we can all still talk while the suspended person is suspended.
That's big.
Jake knowing when and how to toss someone. Like this, wow. People think like Steve?
Sorry for cutting you off there.
It's all right.
I think Tyler should have emptying the bench. Because what he's saying now are kind of pity. Tyler, you got to relax. Put that aside. This is not pity. You keep saying it's not pity.
I don't think
Feels
it's pity.
that way.
I don't think it's pity. I think
it originated as sounding like pity. Now
it might have sounded like, but I'm telling you, my intent was not pity.
Genuine.
The intent was not pity.
I agree with Coley. You came off very like it was like throw this fucking idiot a bone.
That was not the intent.
But the first time it came off that way. This time feels more genuine. But go ahead.
Came off that way again. Apologies.
I agree with Jared agreeing with me that it feels this way.
Yeah.
Understandable. I think Tyler would be really good with emptying the bench because these are empty the bench types of topics.
Wait a second.
What'd I tell you?
Hold on.
What?
Hold on. Here's what I'm getting at here. This is, correct me if I'm wrong, if this is not where this is going, Coley, because I feel like what Steve is now doing is he's like, all right, we don't need a redundant segment.
It's redundant. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying.
Fuck up for a second.
Easy.
What Steve is doing right now.
No. Tyler, shut up.
I'm saying it's close.
What Steve is doing right now is he wants to condense the segments but he wants to get rid of the Milliken Manifesto and have Tyler do emptying the bench so that his legacy lives on.
That's not what I'm doing.
A segment named after Tyler gets erased. I feel like that's where this is going. Resume. Go ahead, Steve.
That was not the intent at all. Is anyone going to see Milliken Manifesto?
Psychological fucking profile of you.
I don't think about emptying the bench or the concept of emptying the bench when I see Milliken Manifesto. I don't know. I had no idea what that even meant.
It's emptying the bench. It's emptying
exactly.
the bench.
When you hear emptying the bench, you know what that means. Like it's emptying
so
the
no
bench.
one knows what the Milliken Manifesto means.
I'm sure they know because they've listened, Tyler. But
people know what the Milliken Manifesto is. Come on.
All right. I'm just saying. If you don't,
they know.
And if they didn't, they fucking do now.
Of names that are more understandable of what they mean, emptying the bench.
I disagree. I mean, the Milliken Manifesto is very self-explanatory. Like, this is the list of things that he wants to talk about from his fucked up, deranged mind. And emptying the bench, like, that could be anything. Like, emptying the bench is like, I'm getting rid of shit. Like,
Coley.
Emptying the bench is more of a basketball phrase. Like,
that's true.
Empty the bench in a blowout. That's not really a baseball terminology. Now, when we're doing SOGO, which may be happening fucking soon because this team wants to stink so bad, then we can empty the fuck out of the bench.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the compromise. Emptying the bench becomes a SOGO segment because I don't think Tyler knows what the Phoenix Suns are, to be quite frank.
All right, TBD on
emptying the bench real quick. That phone call, any guesses on who that was that I was calling for a quick segment?
Player? Current?
Nope. Not player. Tyler?
Pat?
Nope.
No. I already said no to that.
Tyler?
Cotillo.
I don't think, as someone who's never listened to Section 10 before, I don't think that Tyler's going to get it.
Drellick?
No. Well, he was surprised he didn't answer. Drellick loves not answering. That's all he does is.
This was a New York era of Section 10 figure.
Was it Hubs?
Nope.
Okay.
But it was a segment that we did with this person quite regularly, actually.
Man, Hubs was a good guess there.
I can remember doing. Oh, was it Megaphone Balls?
Nope.
Okay, interesting.
Coley's throwing out great guesses. I'm not gonna have better than that. Those were mine.
This was a recurring segment that we did with this person in studio regularly.
I remember doing the segment.
I don't know if you did.
You call fights? I'm trying to think of people that.
No. I remember you. I remember listening to you dial like that ringtone.
No. I didn't call. This person was in the studio with us. The segment was two words. Bryn. Thank you.
Bryn.
I called Bryn. Yeah. Yep.
I hope Bryn doesn't hear that.
She didn't answer then either.
She's pregnant as fuck. She's pregnant as fuck right now. She said, "Oh God, here's my statement. Where's Bryn's thought? When Bryn's thoughts went away, the show went away. Coincidence? That was her thought.
I messed up bad. Remember, I'm the only one that got a Section 10 farewell, which is really cheap looking back on it.
Yeah. By the way, fuck you for hashtag. What was the hashtag?
What?
Did you do like a hashtag thank you, Steve? Are you going to do that again for ITM? Are you going to have another farewell tour?
No. You're
not going to do thank you, Steve. You're not going to post thank you, Steve.
A little bit different doing 7 years.
Coley.
Should we suspend Steve for quitting in the first place?
Yeah, I feel like he got let back in way too easy. Like at the very least, he should be jumped. Like I feel like that makes way more sense.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? You know what? Now that you mention it, Coley, I think we should leave it up to the listeners.
Jay, kick me out right now.
We should. I think we should put it to the listeners. Ask them what should Steve's like reinitiation be, because Coley didn't leave. Coley was technically the last one left.
Mm-hmm.
I left.
True.
Coley was the last one there.
Be if that's the case, right?
Well, Coley did not do another episode without me.
No, and I was asked too, and I was just like, "What? No."
You were asking, wait, what to do? Section
10? That's
10?
News to me. That's
not necessarily Section 10, but to do what did I want to keep doing a Red Sox show? And I was like, the fucking guy.
This is breaking news to me.
Yeah, the guy who was like the 26th man on the team just left. I don't think I'm gonna step up and keep doing this. Like I'm all set.
Well, yeah. So technically, I did leave, but the show didn't continue. So it's not the same as when you left and tried to start a direct competitor. So. I'm not encouraging any physical activity, no physical punishment. I'm thinking first thing that came to mind is like he has to do like a mustache or something like that for at least a month. I don't know.
You always go to mustache. You always.
I know. I don't know why. But
Soul Patch.
No, who's the dude from Sugar Ray? What was his name?
Oh, I think it was just
something McGrath. Ray. Mark McGrath. Is that his name?
Yeah, Mark McGrath.
Yeah, he would look like Mark McGrath.
You guys are facial hair. I'm not a facial hair guy. You guys are.
But you can do it. You couldn't grow a beard, but when you grew the mustache, like it played. Like it looked like it belonged. You looked like you should have been a mustache guy.
It didn't look too out of place.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep. No, what I was gonna say is I felt bad because I did that whole sign off and I didn't say thanks to Bryn. She texted me like. I noticed I was the only person you didn't say thank you to. It's like, Brent, I'm really sorry. I'm genuinely sorry.
Wasn't she already gone by then, though?
I think so. But I was thanking people from like 2015. So it's,
Thanks to Gary Strysky.
Yeah, seriously.
2015.
Yeah.
That's not Gary commented on the post. He was excited.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Love Gary.
One of the first guests. of Section 10. Gary
I think
Stresky
he was the first.
He's like the only reason I'm here.
I think he was the first.
Wasn't he the intro for the last episode?
Yeah, because Steve was gone, but we still wanted to do the intro, which I hated. I mean, it was cool that Gary did it and all, but it just didn't feel the same. Because and so like I would have to do like we had like a voice recording of Gary being like, what up, Section 10 in the building, like he did like Steve's part, but like I would have all this energy going with like the intro, but then like we did Gary's part in like post-production, so like we couldn't hear it. So I just had to like pretend that I heard it and then go. And it's the same thing with Down in the DM for the first 454 episodes when we did Down in the DM. I would do Down in the DM, bitch, and then we had to pretend like we heard the music. like I would just like blurt that out, and then Steve would go from there. But now we can hear it while we're doing the segment, which is nice.
The sound effects is enormous. No denying. It's a huge benefit to have those during the show. I'm excited.
That's for leaving.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's for leaving.
That's fair.
We'll figure out what level of physical violence you'll endure.
Tyler,
I think we should shoot Steve with the paintballs.
Tyler should not be able to recommend anything. Tyler, no.
Wait,
disallowed.
Steve, hear me
Tyler.
out.
Nope, disallowed.
Why? You wouldn't let me shoot you?
You don't qualify to recommend.
What do you mean? Hey,
whoa! No.
Hey,
we're talking Section 10 OGs here.
Hey,
clearly I'm an outsider.
No, there will be no talking down to Tyler. He's an equal.
That's
He's an
not
equal
what
now.
No, you're saying that like the OGs should this.
He never left. He never left.
He never left. Tyler's been dedicated to the end. He's got to be up at it's already 10:40. He's got to be up at like fucking 3:30 in the morning to go to work.
I'm not questioning. Tyler's one of the most dedicated people in the space. I'm not questioning that.
All right, then kiss him.
I'm not going to make out with him.
I feel like
smooch.
Yeah.
T-Dog.
Yeah.
S-Dog.
Do we want to do it? Do we want to do a live show at some point?
Yeah, opening day.
Yeah?
Yep.
What time is opening day? 3?
It's probably something stupid like that, right?
Yeah. I hate midday games. Especially for a live show, because it's like, what are people going to show up and get rowdy?
2:10 on a Tuesday, April 9th.
Suck my ass, dude. I'm not doing that.
It's quite an offer there.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. On a Tuesday? Hell no.
People were clamoring for this show back. They couldn't believe it.
I kind of like the watch parties. I don't want to say more than live shows, but the watch parties were a lot of fun.
Yeah, watch parties are cool. We can do more of that. I mean, obviously, I want to do a live show, but I feel like, the energy is only good when the Red Sox are good. The Red Sox suck.
We skirted. I don't know how we ended up. Last thing Tyler said was, let's shoot Steve. And now we're talking live shows. We never figured out what punishment would be.
I got offended by that, Tyler.
You've never been shot with a paintball gun.
I think it's still on the table, to be quite honest.
That's aggressive. Get shot with a paintball gun.
Well,
you started a rival show. What do you mean?
You said no. I got an offer I couldn't refuse. You said no physical stuff, right? You said no.
Am I killing you with these bullets?
Whoa.
Sensitive word there. That was a lot.
Yeah, and he's thinking murder right now. That's how you can tell that he's got murder on the mind.
I see red.
Bloodlust.
He's frothing at the mouth.
Tyler's seen a lot of red. He's seen a lot of red, this guy.
Yeah. I don't want to cause Steve any physical pain, but I do want you to repent.
What seems fair? What feels fair?
Crucifixion.
I think we chop off a couple arms. Yeah.
If you could just die for your sins but come back in a few days.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, Jesus got put in the original suspension booth when you really think about it.
That's true. That is true.
Hit him with music.
The ultimate penance. What do you think is an appropriate punishment for your war crimes, Steve?
You basically January 6th us. You tried to overthrow the government.
Yeah, you did. You did. What do you think is fair?
I think asking the listeners is fine. I respect the listeners, whatever they agree on.
They're
It's
gonna
like
be-
physical pain. I don't like that. None of that.
You're going to agree with me.
They
I'm
are
telling you right
going
now.
to be far more unforgiving than I am right now. Yeah, they're going to be like, what can we fit up this guy's ass? what can we realistically get in there that like won't cause like actual like problems?
Yeah, no ER trip, but like, let's make them feel it. Yeah.
Talking to reasonable listeners, not that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, like how can we get a highlighter up there? I feel like it's on the table. It's on the table. So I mean, you can maybe
You're
come
not
up
a
with
tattoo. You wouldn't get like a 10 tattoo, right? That's very permanent.
Oh,
obviously.
I have one. You don't have any tattoos, right, Steve?
No.
Right, yeah. Starting at zero is tough. You can't just
Yeah.
force one upon someone.
Yes, you can. You fucking hold them down and you ink that.
Let me tell you. I'll tell you
Let
how to
me do
force
it.
them.
Yeah, I literally have a tattoo on my thigh that I lost the bet and I paid the price.
Jeez, Coley, how many you got?
Oh, I don't know. 17, something like that.
Okay.
Could be any number.
Tyler, Jake, nothing.
11.
Got like 30.
Didn't know you were a bitch.
I think Jake's dead serious.
Damn, I didn't know you were a bitch like that. Damn. There
Are you
was
talking to
one
me?
time-
Will you say that to me?
I was talking to Jake.
Do I hate Tyler? Is this gonna be a rivalry? Is Tyler like the worst?
No, he's greatest. I think competition's
All right.
great. There was a time. There was a time either.
Calling a competition's very funny.
Yeah, it is. There was a time either last year or the year before that we convinced Jaron Duran that Steve got a full sleeve, but he just had it covered up. And he wouldn't show him. And he was like, yeah, man, like, oh, you know, which part hurt the most? Like, oh, when they go down this part on your arm, like, didn't that suck? And Steve was like, yeah, man.
Like, oh my God, dude. Like, that was easily the worst part. Around the elbow. Oh, man. He was agreeing with everything. He's like, oh, right, man.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's so raw right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that driving it. Like, he's like, I can't believe Steve won't show me his sleeve. Like, I can't believe.
Well, then I showed
That
up
definitely tormented him.
Well, I just
That's
got
for sure.
a polo the next time, and he was just like, dude, what the hell? Like, you
Yeah,
said you had a full
changed
sleeve
my mind.
tattoo. What is this? Got him
Yeah,
removed, man.
Yeah. Dude changed his mind about it. But
Yeah.
Oh, here's a question for Steve. How annoyed are you going to be that we're never going to fucking do a quick podcast ever again? Ever.
I kind of accepted it.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't go into this thinking clean 40's going to be a thing.
No. What was the average runtime of an ITM episode?
115. Around there.
That was like our first ad read.
Yeah. I mean, trust me, there'll be times in the show where I want us to, like, you know, get a little pace, but that's inevitable.
Yeah. Yeah. I figured, like, at least for the first one back, like, we had to give him a meaty, juicy one. During the season, I mean, it depends. Like, because I mean, I get tired now too. So after, like, if like the Red Sox game ends at 10, because the pitch clock has been beautiful, by the way, for this industry. If the Red Sox game ends at 10, we start the pod by like 10:15, 10:30. Like, I'm not trying to go like, we'll probably do like what, like an hour and a half if we get close, like up to midnight.
Week, too.
Yeah.
Oh, these shows that you're saying they'll be an hour and a half long. These shows
during the season we did an hour, right, Tyler? Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
like
we were doing.
Yeah.
I feel like our off-season episodes we were pushing 2 almost every time, but during the season,
all right, off-season episodes when we were doing one a week, we would do like an interview, whatever. We were easily 2:30 to 2:30 every time.
We had 2 3-hour episodes this off-season.
Yeah,
where I think the Lou episode and the Will Fleming episode.
Yeah, so we did a couple 3 pieces off-season, but you're also giving people a week's worth of content in one episode. Yeah. But during the season, hour and a half is a sweet spot.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. Because I gotta go to bed. You know what I'm saying?
No,
yeah. Fucking T-Dog. I gotta. It's like having a fucking Tamagotchi. Like, I gotta manage. I gotta like manage his energy so he doesn't fucking die. I'm like, oh, dude's got to be up super early for his real job, and then we got him up all night doing the podcast. I don't want him to run out of juice.
When do you get in, T-Dog? When do you start?
I get up every day at 4:30. That's when my alarm goes off.
Isn't that crazy? God.
Well, that's the West Coast thing. We're going to start the year. We're going to be going all the way to the worst fucking level just to go.
T-Dog gets up at 4:30.
Oh, 4:30.
Got to get to it.
How long is your drive?
That's an hour and a half.
Bro.
Oh my God.
I feel like I'm going to have to like adopt Tyler this year and just have him like.
Yeah, you got to move out. You got to move out. I know that's easier said than done, but like, that's crazy. I didn't know you get up at 4:30 and drive an hour and a half every day.
Yeah, I get up at 4:30. Like I get all my shit done for the day. I got production work I need to get done, Twitter stuff. But yeah, I'm out the house like 7:30, and then you hope to be there by like 8:40 on like a good day. I usually roll in closer to 9 though.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Mornings are
I'll
terrible.
be whipping it.
What time does the show start? 10?
10.
Okay. All right.
And then I'm there hour afterwards, and then I'm home.
Yeah, I feel like Tyler had a moment today at the Sports Hub that like I can very much relate to. When I think I just got hired part-time, just like hired originally by Barstool in 2014. And I had this job where I was making fake chewing tobacco out of mint leaves. And I went to work that day, and I had never in my life seen this much interaction on my Twitter in my life. So I'm trying to do my real job, but like I'm this is my fucking moment. I just got like Dave just tweeted me out like, this is our new Red Sox guy. Like I've never seen this much engagement on my phone before, and they got pissed and they fucking called me out for it. We actually had a blow up and I walked out and I never came back. Quit the job over it. Not the same for Tyler, but they were like, oh, like Tyler's looking at his phone and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, dude's having a fucking big day. Like, let him have his big day. The fuck. So I might call in tomorrow.
I think you should.
Yeah, I might call in to Zolak and Bertrand on 98.5 the Sports Hub, 10 to 2, 98.5 Sports Hub. I have a bedroom at your house now too. You do, yeah. Yeah.
Coley, what was that look?
It's Coley's room.
We can share.
Yeah. So
I'm a good cuddler.
The guest room at my house, Coley, his wife, his children, we were going to go and do like a photo shoot in like denim jackets and like different themed outfits, and then have those pictures all throughout this room. Because I mean, I figured like out of all the people in my life that would come and stay at my house in a guest room, it's probably the people that are coming from like the highest point of the state of Maine. So that it became their room. But when they're not there, that's all you, T-Dog.
You have a couch. You have other rooms.
I have a few couches. Yeah.
The deck.
I'm gonna screen that in, I think, this summer, because if you go out there, they'll eat your fucking. They'll eat your thighs alive. You got a lot of thick boy meat that they would be sucking on. You know,
Tyler's trimming down. T-Dog's
I
trimming.
like to be sucked on though.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, no, he does.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, Tyler's down 35 lbs right now, and counting. Yeah,
I feel like I have to be accountable because I'm going to be seeing Coley every week.
Big time. No doubt.
No doubt. Yeah.
You do kind of live on a swamp now that we're talking about it.
Me?
Yeah.
That's fair.
No complaints.
It's awesome because my backyard is
definitely
wetlands.
Swamp has a negative connotation for no reason. I wasn't saying it as a negative.
Yeah.
You were talking about the mosquitoes. They'll for sure be out there.
Oh,
no doubt.
There's running water in my backyard. You can't build on it. So like I'll never have people building a house right up my ass. And then to the right of my house is wetlands too. So they can't build there. So it's kind of like I have a moat.
Yeah, you're Shrek.
Yeah. I love that. I fucking hate people.
That's true.
You really are Shrek.
Yeah.
What is it? Triple E? Is that the virus?
It's one of them. Yeah. Mosquitoes got all of them.
I used to be really worried about that as a kid. It was a big thing for me.
I'm pretty sure they kill more people than any animal. If I remember the stat correctly, I'm pretty sure it's mosquitoes won. Yeah.
They're animals?
Oh, they're up there. I was stunned. I saw the numbers a couple weeks ago. They kill so many people. I was trying to see which animals kill the most people, and it was like mosquitoes. What?
Look up pigeons.
How many people die from mosquitoes each year? Mosquitoes.
Yeah, they're number one. They're first place.
Mosquitoes cause more human suffering than any other organism. Over 1 million people worldwide die. That can't be fucking true. Yep. Over 1 million people worldwide die from mosquito-borne diseases every year. How is that true? Like we just had that whole pandemic, and like they were like, oh my god, like 100,000 people died, shut down the world. Why aren't we doing something about mosquitoes?
Comfortably more than that. They're constantly doing things about the mosquitoes. There's several companies that are billion-dollar industries just for mosquito prevention.
Then why do we still have them? Why don't they eradicate them?
I think that's one of those things that's like way easier said than done.
You can't, because it'll fuck up
a good
the
amount of
ecosystem.
them.
It'll definitely fuck up the ecosystem, but I think like there's just more of them than there are of us. I don't know
Tracking
that
them
we
all
have the
down is going to
numbers.
be tough.
Yeah.
The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention calls mosquitoes the world's deadliest animal. It's a weighty moniker for an insect that weighs just 2.5 milligrams, but it's well-deserved because vector-borne diseases, including those transmitted by mosquitoes, cause more than 700,000 deaths worldwide every year.
Yeah, so 7 billion people, that's what, like 0.1%, something along those lines? 0.01%, one of those two?
All right, if 1 million people a year are dying from mosquitoes, have you ever met someone that's died from a mosquito?
1 million's a drop in the bucket for 7 billion.
1 million people, though?
Humans kill less than mosquitoes. That makes no sense. There's no way.
Almost exactly half. Dogs kill 25,000 people a year. And somehow Tyler's still with us after what
I sound like a hero.
Yeah. Yeah. He called it a heroic act.
Hippos are on this list too.
You know what's going to be sad?
Shit up.
What's going to be sad is
do they even eat meat?
Someone's going to DM me and be like, my cousin died from a mosquito bite, actually, you asshole.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, and I'm just going to push back and be like, no way.
Prove it.
That's the way to handle it for sure, yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, prove it. There's no way.
Nice try, pussy.
Yeah, there's no way. Oh, yeah, it was a mosquito bite. Nope. They never went to the gym. They drank a lot. Like, there were definitely outside factors.
I'm not scared of a hippo. I'm sorry. There's no fucking way this thing is doing something to me.
Bro, they run like 35 miles an hour.
Have you seen them run underwater?
Have they go on land?
After it.
I thought they
What
were
do you
in the
mean
ocean.
they go on land?
How fast can a hippo run? What would you say the over-under? Oh, 19 miles an hour. They would still kill you.
It's like a sea pig.
On average, hippos can run at speeds of around 19 to 28 miles per hour.
It's a big range.
Yeah. That might not sound very fast compared to, say, a cheetah, which can run at speeds of up to 75 miles per hour. A cheetah would kill you, Tyler.
Oh, yeah. I have no chance. I'm not trying to race one.
You don't have a chance to get against a hippo. You think you can run faster than 28 miles an hour?
No, I'm reading this Yahoo answer on how to kill a hippo.
I don't know. You'd have to like outsmart it. Yeah, you'd have to like convince it to walk off a cliff.
Hippos are tough fuckers. If I was you, I'd go with a high caliber rifle. My choice would be a 950 JDJ. What does that mean?
I don't know.
I'm not a gun guy. I don't trust myself.
If someone wants to pay for it, I'll go up against a hippo.
Yeah, like I don't think a gun's getting this done. They have like a built-in shield.
Yeah, they're big boys.
Massive.
Overrated. Oh my God, this one's eating a lion.
Yeah, they don't fuck around. They're the most dangerous animal in Africa.
Yeah.
Lions get all the headlines. It's not them. They're not that guy.
It's true.
They pick up the fucking cheetahs and are running around with them in their mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not worried about shit. They're aggressive too. Like they'll bring it to your front door for no reason whatsoever. They're like, it's on now.
Yep.
Public apology to the hippo community.
Like it's the rhino seems like it should be this guy because they've got the knife face and all. But no, it's the hippo. It's the we've made hippos these docile creatures through cartoons, like bears. We've treated bears and hippos like they're the biggest pussies in the world. We talk about bears and hippos like the Red Sox talked about Heim when they fired him. Like, look at these fucking cows. Like, and that's not the case at all. It's not the case in the slightest. They will push your shit in quickly.
How much do you hold the game Hungry Hippos responsible for this?
I think super responsible. Like, I don't know how else you could look at it.
It's a fun children's game. It's like, oh,
yeah.
I love hippos. Like, no, you don't, dude.
But even within that game, it's kind of like how people watch the movie Scarface and didn't get the point at all. They were like, oh, it's sick to be a cocaine dealer, when like that was not the message in the slightest. That's how it is. Like even the game Hungry Hippos, look at how much they're eating. Look at how violently they're attacking those balls. Mm-hmm. So like the violence was there. We were just blinded by the bright colors.
Yeah. We weren't seeing it. We weren't picking up what they were putting down with Hungry Hippos.
So it's a warning. They're not trying to hide something. They're actually trying to inform us.
I think
we just missed the memo.
Yeah. It was kind of like they were going for what's that called?
Like shooting ladders.
What's that called? What's the hidden message called?
Clue.
No.
Cipher?
No.
Like in a movie?
Like when like you're like watching something and like words like quickly flash. And
like, subliminal messaging?
Yes. Thank you. The Hungry Hippos was a subliminal message. Yeah, we didn't pick it up as a society. This is not just
no.
Yeah, no. I think we like people like Coley and I educated ourselves later in life, whereas you just didn't.
Clearly,
but now you know.
You guys ever hear about Humphrey?
Is this a hippo?
Yes, Humphrey the hippo.
What did he do?
He killed his own owner, and it ended a father-son relationship that was very strong.
I don't know that's how I would word that.
Elsa's savage body was found submerged in the river where years earlier the hippo had been rescued from a flood. It brought him back to where he had been saved. You know how fucked you got to be to do something like that?
Hippos are smart.
Yeah. That's like that elephant that had its like the one in India that the people fucked with its home. So it went to and killed the lady in retaliation and then went to that lady's funeral to kill the rest of her family.
Rest in peace.
No, I'm on the elephant side 1,000%. I don't want that elephant thinking I'm not on its side. It will be on a plane today.
Just knocking on your door. Hey, saw the podcast.
Yeah, saw the first one back. What's up, buddy?
Yeah. You think I wouldn't be watching the first one?
Could have waited a few. Nope, you said it on the first one back, you moron.
Yeah, maybe I might have skipped a midweek Royals podcast, but yeah, the first one, motherfucker. You thought I wouldn't have heard that shit? Step outside.
Yeah, I've got nothing but admiration and respect for that murderous elephant.
What was his name? Her name?
Mary.
I think it was a her. I can't remember. Did you look up the story?
They called her Murderous Mary. I'm looking at it right now.
Murderous Mary.
I'll link you.
Wow.
I mean, this elephant doesn't give a fuck, dude. Like killing your enemy and then waiting for the funeral to show up and kill everyone that came to the funeral is an unbelievable move. You got to call it like you see it.
Oh man, she's old as fuck. She died in before the Red Sox won the World Series in 1918.
They hung the elephant.
Oh my god.
Like they executed.
Yeah, they fucking hung her from a crane.
Oh.
Why would you do that? It's an elephant.
There's easier ways. That's a whole thing.
Why do it at all?
Why? Yeah, Steve's so right. Why that route? There's so many things you could do.
Imagine bringing the crit. What's this for? We got a new project in town. No, we're hanging an elephant today. Like, what
yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Do the police know about it? You got permission? You got a permit for this? You're at the city hall?
Yeah. Tax dollars hard at work. We're hanging an elephant today. The fuck is wrong with these people?
This is crazy.
There have been several accounts of. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. Execution. The details of the aftermath are confused in a maze of sensationalism. You think? I mean, there's pictures. Like, how can you? It's not like folklore that they hung the elephant.
The pictures are brutal.
Yeah. Most accounts indicate that she calmed down afterwards and did not charge the onlookers, who began chanting, "Kill the elephant. Let's kill it."
It also took 3 tries to actually get the hanging to work.
Wow.
Just shoot
Shoot
it. What are we doing?
Is there a movie made about? There has to be a movie made about this at this point. Dumbo.
Dumbo's fucked up. I don't know the last time you watched Dumbo. It's supremely fucked up.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this podcast took a turn.
A lot of dead animal talk.
Well,
yeah, well, that's what we get.
That's what you bring to the table. That's why you're built there.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, Jake's takes.
I'm still just blown away about how quickly Jared accepted Steve's apology like 3 hours ago.
It was fast, man.
Yeah. I told you I'm different now. I feel like I'm a little bit different now. I'm a changed man. That's why when people like we're talking about like me going back to Barstool, I'm like, I'm just like not that dude. Like the loudmouth of not like I'm still an asshole, but I'm not like screaming like in your face. Like that's just not me. I'm very.
You're a lot more calm now. You're a lot more. Well, you put the work in. You're in a good position. Not to say that's why you needed to yell, but you're a more calm individual now.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I needed to do to stand out at that time. And also my favorite sports team of all time was having their most dominant season in their 100+ year history. So excuse me for getting excited. Yeah, I just feel like a large.
If the team's good again, I think you'll go back to that.
Yes, but no. I mean, like 21, I didn't do that.
You don't want to beef with Yankees fans like that anymore.
No,
21, they weren't even that. 21 was a weird year. They weren't technically that good.
I'm just talking about the playoff run. Like,
yeah.
Right, you didn't think they were going to beat the Rays, and that's not like a shot at you. No, a lot of people didn't think. The Rays didn't think the Red Sox were going to beat. They were eating popcorn instead of playing baseball.
Yeah.
And Randy stole home. He's like, come on, these guys suck. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah. I think like a large portion of the Barstool audience discovered me in that 1 month of October of 2018, and they just like made up their minds and just hung on to that forever. So I was like, yeah, I'm just.
Also, 17 happened as well.
What was 17?
Where you were when fucking the Astros beat the Yankees and you cut a promo.
That was 19.
Was that after?
That was 19. Yeah, 17.
Yeah.
Interesting. I thought that was 17. All right, either way.
Yeah, well, I mean, they did that too in 17.
They did it both times. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But the Chapman thing was, 19 was arguably worse. It's just the Red Sox weren't as good. If the Red Sox were as good or like good in 19, then yeah, I probably would have been worse. But like 19 was like my, that's when I grew my hair out. That's when I got like the full sleeve and started dressing different. And
that was the work on you year. You're like, all right, this team's not going anywhere. Let me do some improvements.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm reinventing, and then I just kind of started cutting more like wrestling promos as part of my content. And I feel I fear that I was too good at it because people thought that I was being serious. Like when I would like say horrific things to Sleepy Frankie, and there are just things that like you know, in a real world situation, you have to punch me in the face. But because we're coworkers, you cannot punch me in the face. But yeah, I mean, if you're if you were listening for like the last 2 years, I've been pretty fucking laid back. I'm just a different dude.
I'm just different, dude.
Just fucking built different, man. You know, bro? It's fucking Tula, bro. Fucking Tula.
Tula, bro. You know, bro. You know what I'm talking about, bro.
I just been a lot of fucking like Tula, bro. Like, yeah. Yeah. Quick, clean 40.
Yeah, clean 40 times 4. What do we get?
2 hours and 45 minutes we've been recording, but I would say they're going to get a 2.5 hour podcast.
Yeah, the first 15 minutes we're like dicking around.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking a lot of Drake dildo talk going on.
A lot of cock talk.
A lot of cock talk. Yeah, that was kind of like how singers do like a vocal warm up. We were just talking about straight peesh. You know, it's like that's how podcasters warm it up.
Yeah,
you know,
like cock talk with the fellas.
Yeah. All right. Are we good with episode 1/455?
455.
Okay. It's good. I feel like no one wants it to end because we haven't done this in so long. I feel like that's why we're hanging on to it, but I feel like we're done here, but like we don't want it to stop, which is good. Like, we can leave the fans wanting more. We can leave the fans wanting more.
Little season preview up next week.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, for all the ball talk people, we'll get to some ball talk next week. Well, what is our schedule going to be, Jake? Because this was like I know this was like a confusing week where, like, I don't know what.
Yeah, I mean, we're close to, like, we usually recorded Wednesday night, so we're kind of around there. So I think if we just pick a day next week to do like a season preview, that's perfect.
All right, let's do
Friday's opening day, right?
Friday's opening day.
Thursday.
That was Thursday.
Oh, it's Thursday? So maybe Tuesday again?
I'll just... Yeah, I don't care.
No, Monday to drop on Tuesday or something?
I guess. I don't know, dude.
Making it so difficult.
Yeah, I don't know how this show works anymore.
It does. There's a lot of it that feels weird. It's like, wait, how did we used to end the show? I don't even.
Yeah.
How did we end the show?
Buenas noches, amigos. I mean, you would say wouldn't want to cuff you.
Oh God. Okay, that's what. Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, remember that? Did you fucking listen to the show?
Oh, did I listen? Oh no. You didn't listen to ours, right?
No, I'm talking about Section 10, dude.
I thought you said that you did Buenos Noches Amigos for your show.
Talking about the 10.
For Redacted. I'm talking Redacted.
Oh, no. We were just like...
Coley, come on, Coley. Hey, Tyler's going to agree every time because he always gets suspended.
No, I'm not.
You always get suspended, so you're going to agree with the suspension.
We're boys.
I feel like you're going to bond over the fact...
Get them both out.
No, we're very different. Fuck it.
Get them both out.
Hey, get me out.
Get them both out. All right. Coley, when can you record next? I feel like that's kind of where we're at.
I mean, yeah, I feel like the fathers, the girl dads should probably be the ones who decide.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was playing it Wednesday. If we do, I think it makes sense, especially if we're going to be streaming Thursday. You know what I mean? We can have the episode hammer right in the morning and then bang, 1 p.m. People can spend the day with us.
Yeah. Yeah, that works. I mean, if you're listening, we'll be back next week.
Yep.
It's not like we're going anywhere. Section 10's back, baby.
It's crazy.
Tell the world. Let them know we up. We out here.
That was part of your sign up before. He's like, let a friend know, tell them to subscribe.
Yeah.
Spread the word.
Yeah, so obviously if you're listening to this, you know that we had to start new feeds and everything.
Right.
People don't know that though.
Yeah, we should tell them that right now.
This is like the most asked question on Twitter.
It's a fair question because we didn't put a link.
If you're listening to this, you know that it's on a new feed.
Correct.
Yeah. So, but tell your fucking friends that the feed is new too. And repost and subscribe. Is the YouTube going to be out, Jake? When do we know about the YouTube?
I think both will be ready by tomorrow. We'll blast it on social once everything's good.
All right. Yeah. So if you're a YouTube person watching this, subscribe, obviously, because it's a new YouTube channel. And if you're a YouTube person and you don't like subscribe on iTunes or Spotify, do it anyway because it helps us out. We're trying to get back to where we were, and we will. We'll probably go past that, to be honest with you. We have a lot of things up our sleeve. We're going to be cranking out some social vids like we didn't really do much of the last 2 years, which is not what it is. What it is. Steve's going to be doing Steve things on the socials.
We got a hell of a team. A lot of people behind the scenes too that are already set up to crush it. The open to the YouTube is awesome. I don't know who did that.
Underdog,
it's so good.
Underdog just like came out firing. They were just like, hey, we have all the support you could ever ask for. We have all the assets that you guys could ever need. Here it is up front without you even really needing to ask for it. The merch is fire, which it should be coming within the next couple weeks or so. It should be sooner than that, but like max 2 weeks. Subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on iTunes, subscribe on Spotify, and once the season starts, we'll be back to 2 episodes a week. And I'm just excited to be back. Coley, final thoughts?
No.
Steve, final thoughts?
Happy to be back. I echo that. Really happy. Section 10 in the building.
Tyler, final thoughts?
Steve's my guy. I love him, and anyone who believes otherwise is wrong.
Wow.
Tyler and I are going to have an interesting relationship. I can already tell, but I love him.
Thank you.
You do love him?
I do, yeah.
Will you hug him the first time you see him? Again, after this?
Oh, yeah, I'll hug him.
Like you're at that point where you'd hug him?
How long would you hold it, Tyler?
15, 20 seconds, normal hug.
All right.
Why hug someone for any shorter?
Yeah,
I will say when we first shot the commercial.
Don't say this.
I walked into the house and Tyler was like, I don't know, laying on the floor, trying to get over his like heroin high.
On my
floor? He just kind of stuck his hand up, like, nice to meet you. Like, didn't stand up, didn't look me in the eye. Really, I was just like, all right, that doesn't respect me at all. I get it.
Yeah.
No. I was trying to be cool, and I did too much. I can acknowledge that.
You're going to overthink it.
I did.
You're going to overthink
I'm walking into a family here. I'm trying to be part of it.
Are you ready for your first time like at Fenway? Like now that like the 10 is back?
It's going to be different.
I'm ready. I'm rocking merch.
Yeah.
I'll be out there.
Don't let it chew you up and spit you out because I feel like you're one of those people for sure.
What does that mean? I'm not built for it?
Get ready, Tyler.
Yeah, I feel like you're gonna fall. Just be thankful they fucking knocked down the baseball tavern because you would be.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You'd be in a halfway house so fucking fast.
T-Dog at the tavern would have been a tough mix.
Yeah.
I've shown I can handle my alcohol.
You'd be in jail, dude. You crashing a car sober.
The amount of lives that were saved by the tavern being knocked down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you weren't ready for that shit.
I miss it.
I'm training.
All right. We'll be back next week. Love you guys. Happy that we're back. Happy that you're back. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Buenas noches, amigos.